Tamira Rush has more.
The settlement is for residents living near the Edgar Thompson Works in Braddock. The class action contended the plant polluted and contaminated the air. The settlement calls for a $1.5 million fund for people within about a mile of the facility. Residents in that zone can make a claim, object to the settlement, opt out of the settlement, or do nothing. The deadline for filing a claim is March 31st. The opt-out or objection deadline is March 17th. As part of the settlement, U.S. Steel is denying all legal claims and agrees to spend $4.6 million on environmental improvement measures. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A federal judge in Washington is allowing President Donald Trump's mass firings of federal workers to move forward. The judge decided Thursday he could not grant a motion from unions to stop the layoffs and said the issue is an employment dispute that with a different complaint process outlined in federal law. The body of a Hamas hostage was not returned to Israel yesterday, along with the bodies of her 2 young boys. Instead, the body of a Gaza woman was found in the casket. In response, Israel's prime minister called Hamas's betrayal both cruel and evil. Adding to the escalating tension, 3 buses exploded Thursday south of Tel Aviv. Now the IDF has been ordered to start an operation against terror in the West Bank. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is down 377 points at 43,799. The Nasdaq is down 46 points, and the S&P is down 21. KDKA Sports tonight. Moon and Chartiers Valley meet in the Whippeal 5A playoffs on the high school basketball game of the week. Countdown to tip-off begins at 6. Tomorrow, the Pirates season begins a preseason play with the Orioles at Sarasota. You can listen to the game on KDKA Radio at 1 p.m. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 10:04, 21 with light snow in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
Spring is right around the corner. Time to shed those winter layers and a few extra pounds. I'm Dr. Bridget Chufo at the Weight Loss and Wellness Center, and I know weight loss is never about food. This isn't just another diet. It's a science-baked, personalized program designed just for you. With weight loss therapy, targeted supplements, and even semaglutides, we help you achieve real, lasting results. I'll be your ultimate motivator, cheering you on every step of the way. Just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen Gamble, good morning.
All right, good morning, Marty. And as the rush hour delays dissipate, we just have one accident on our roster here. This in Ross Township, a reported accident on Babcock Boulevard near 3 Degree Road. Watch for the crews checking that out. Heads up for your Sunday travels through South Union Township, Fayette County. PennDOT District 12 just released this to us this morning. You want to plan for intermittent traffic stoppages of up to 15 minutes at a time on Route 40. Crews will be installing an aerial line over the road, forcing the closures on Route 40 between the Route 21 interchange and the Walnut Hill Road interchange. That work will happen, weather permitting, between 6 and 9 a.m. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be cloudy with a cold, gusty wind the rest of today and some lingering flurries, mainly through early afternoon, the high 27. Partial clearing tonight, though, 17. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds with a high of 37. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Brought to you by NJM Insurance. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Start the year strong in a new Lincoln from South Hills Lincoln. Over 200 new Lincolns in stock and available. They must make room for more arriving daily. Save big on all remaining new 2024 Lincoln Corsairs, Nautilus, and Navigators. Every new Lincoln boasts a 4-year, 50,000-mile comprehensive warranty, including picking up your vehicle for service and a complimentary Lincoln loaner. South Hills Lincoln, Route 19, Peters Township, just 3 miles north of Donaldson's Crossroads. See dealer for full warranty and PDL details.
At NJM Insurance, we're like a symphony. It all starts by doing the right thing. Add in dedicated reps. And put policyholders first. But no jingles or mascots because it's just not us. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
What's up? Before I get into the rhetoric and the facts of what's happening in our town and in our world, I want to make a point about the greatness of this town, because I'm going to get into this later. This has the most value to me. So we've been talking to this church and the pastor who I love, Father Patrick, and they had all this water damage and they have all this deficit as a result, and they don't have all the big bucks they used to have. And we've had the pastor on the air, and we talked to them and tried to help them. And the thing is, we talk about this on the air, unsolicited. Amazing couple. So they asked for, what was it, Patrick? It wasn't even $5,000, right? On their GoFundMe.
Yeah, it was like $4,500.
This amazing couple goes to that church yesterday, walks around with Father Patrick, and writes him a check for $8,000 and says, let's go. And I'm trying to convey to you that that's the greatness of this town, man. It gives me chills. I mean, I yell and scream, and that's what I do. But I cry and moan and hurt and feel. I'm an emotional guy. And if that resonates with you, God bless you. If it annoys you, I absolutely get it. But at the end of the day, we have people in this town that are friggin' amazing. And it blows my mind how amazing. That they would walk into a church they've never been in their lives, walked around and said, here's $8,000. That's what makes you great. That's what makes Pittsburgh great. And honestly, that's what gives me chills. I'm sitting there last night with tears coming down my face thinking, damn. Beautiful stuff. All right, let's get to the darkness and the drama of this town. And the mayor basically said, yeah, I got crime under control. Everything's cool. In a news conference yesterday, and had a meltdown because a reporter, my friend Rick Earl, called him out. Good for you, Rick. Let's start with this sound from this dramatic shooting yesterday. Listen to this stuff.
With police and EMS, that's going to be zone 3-4 near 5209 Dearborn between North Pacific and North Atlantic. It's going to be a vehicle that struck a parked car. And we're getting multiple calls indicating the actor fled. There is a child that's still in the car, possible entrapment. Someone was ejected from the car as well and is unresponsive. That's going to be 8 engine, zone 3-4, with police and EMS near 5209 Dearborn Street between North Pacific and North Atlantic. It's a vehicle accident. It's a vehicle struck parked cars. Driver got out and fled. Unit reports there's a child in the car. There's possible entrapment. Also, someone was ejected from the vehicle and is unresponsive. Right on EMS 1-2004.
Fire Dispatch Battalion 3, put me on that call with engine 6, please.
That is received. Battalion 3, you want me to leave 8 engine on this? We're going to repulse this reports. This could be a pretty significant incident.
Yeah, continue engine 8 also, please.
Reporting there's possibly 2 fatalities. Still have a child that's in the vehicle. I know status on the child.
I copy that, dispatch. I'll be there in a couple of minutes.
Wow. It's unbelievable. And won the fire. And good for the fire department and for 911 and for cops to respond so quickly. It was a double murder. And a child left in the back seat. It scares the hell out of people, man. One of the first people to hear it was my man, Mike Fisher, Pittsburgh Scanner. Good morning, brother.
Hey, Marty.
It's horrifying to listen to, man.
Yeah, I heard it 3 different ways, too, the police, fire, and EMS.
And help me with this, because were you a bit confused? Because I was a bit confused when it started going down that anyone even knew what happened. Fire, car accident, what the hell was going on? Is that fair?
Yeah, you have no idea what happens till you get there and look around. The radio isn't the end-all, be-all, and you can hear 3 different stories depending on each channel you listen to, but at the end of the day, we figure out what happens.
And as it turns out, cops now believe that there are 2 homicides and that the guy who was actually pulled the trigger was in the car when this happened. And what's also very compelling, Mike, and thank goodness, left a baby in a seat in the back of the car unharmed, right?
Yep. Amazing that they found shell casings inside the vehicle itself, according to reports on scene. And the child was absolutely fine.
It's unbelievable. Brother Mike, thanks, my man. You're all over it. I really appreciate you, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. The violence. The flat-out bloodshed. The unbelievable horror of what happened there. Do me a favor, please. My man, play that whole sequence again one more time. I want you folks to listen closely to what they're hearing. Listen.
With police and EMS. That's going to be zone 3-4 near 5209 Dearborn between North Pacific and North Atlantic. It's going to be a vehicle that struck a parked car. And we're getting multiple calls indicating the actor fled. There is a child that's still in the car. Possible entrapment. Someone was ejected from the car as well and is unresponsive. That's going to be 8 engine, zone 3-4, with police and EMS near 5209 Dearborn Street between North Pacific and North Atlantic. It's a vehicle accident. It's a vehicle struck parked cars. Driver got out and fled. Getting reports there's a child in the car. There's possible entrapment. Also, someone was ejected from the vehicle and is unresponsive. Coming on EMS 1, 2004.
All right, we have one more you haven't played yet. One more. Play that, please, buddy.
Dearborn, there's information being added to the call, possibly two deceased on the scene. It's unconfirmed. I don't know where this information's coming from.
6 copy. I'm reading the comments. It sounds like this might be a shooting, so let's step the place up.
Finding the child is under the vehicle. Bystanders have the child.
39 on scene. Looks like possibly 2 cardiac arrests, severe damage.
539 on the scene. Appears to be 2 false being cardiac arrest.
539, I'm declaring 1 black tag, assessing the other.
1 black tag declared, assessing the other.
Surgeon's on scene. The 39, second black tag declared. I'm going to check on the kid.
Second black tag declared, checking on the child. 2008.
It's unbelievable.
39 from 502, myself, medic 6 are minute out. Received likely gunshot wound, multiple police units on scene. I'm going to check on the child.
It's horrifying, man. And so they get there and there's a kid, sounds like 2 years old, uninjured in a car seat in the back of the car. And it looks like whoever did the double homicide was in the backseat of the car, killed him and took off. In that context, because we're going to hear from the mayor after this break, in that context, in this town, is Pittsburgh safer? The mayor says Pittsburgh is safer. The mayor says you're safe. 866, it's your turn. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. Are you safe? Is Pittsburgh safer? Give me a yell. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. We do have crews working with this accident still. It's taken them a little bit here on in Glassport Borough, on Washington Boulevard near Scenic Drive. Looks like crews have made quick work of the earlier reported accident in Ross Township on Babcock Boulevard near 3 Degree Road. So good news as you're traveling there. No major delays coming out of the North Hills on the Parkway North, Route 65, or even coming from the northeast if you're headed southbound on Route 28. All good rides there. Parkway West inbound backs a little bit right around that runaway truck sand pile before the Fort Pitt tunnels, and the Parkway East inbound has a minor slowdown between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-290-7510. That's 800-290-7510. 800-290-7510.
I'm attorney Ed Shenderovich. Have you been injured at work? You may have more than one claim. To find out if you do, call us at 888-98-TWINS for a free consultation. At Shenderovich, and Fishman, we've got your back, not your wallet.
Fall in love with a new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive for only $289 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, get to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Hyundai. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN's birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. Visit NordVPN and discover the benefits. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Encrypt your online traffic. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN.
It may be winter outside, but inside the Monroeville Convention Center, it's golf season. The Pittsburgh Golf Show, presented by Dominican Republic Has It All, is February 21st through the 23rd. Shop, compare, and save on golf equipment and accessories. For tickets, go to PittsburghGolfShow.com.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Is Pittsburgh safer? The mayor had a news conference yesterday suggesting that Pittsburgh is safer, and it's because he's done the job. And he blames us, guys like myself and Rick Earl from Channel 11, got into it with Rick Earl yesterday, for, in essence, exaggerating the crime that exists. I want to play several clips, and then I want you to tell me, is Pittsburgh safer? 866-391-1020. Listen to the mayor from yesterday. Is Pittsburgh safer? Alonzo, just play the clips. Thanks, my man.
Because these numbers have not stopped the people from coming back down. We never said perfection when we said we continue to get better, and we'll continue to improve on where we're at. I'm not here to ask if you see the difference. You do your equation based on the math you want to get to. I'm here to say, look at the progress we made. And while this was an unfortunate incident, it also showed you what happens when we all work together. How quickly they made sure that public safety was the top priority.
Ed Gainey says Pittsburgh safer. Pittsburgh safer. 866-391-1020. Is Pittsburgh safer? He says crime is down. He says homicides are down. And he blames us, the media, for this problem. He says we exaggerate the circumstances. He says it's all on us. 866-391-1020. You're killing me, right? You're telling me you don't have a response to this, folks. Is Pittsburgh safer? He held a news conference that got really testy with a number of reporters yesterday when he started screaming and yelling about the way we report crime, the way we report shootings, that we don't focus on statistics. And I think he's wrong. Most people that I know that work downtown, that live downtown, that have businesses downtown, do not like downtown right now, the way it is, in its current state. Do not like it. In fact, can't stand it. I don't like it. It's grimy. It's full of homeless folks laying on the street with drug problems, alcohol problems, mental illness who can't get treatment. Significant number of dramatic crimes. Significant. Every single day something new happens. On a real basic level, my boys that work in Market Square, the cops, say you cannot sit at a table in Market Square without being solicited for money. And that they ask you for $10 for a seat in Market Square. It's unbelievable. Is Pittsburgh safer? I would say hell no. The mayor got into a screaming match with a Pittsburgh reporter, Rick Earl. No idea what that was about. Steve, go ahead.
Hey, I don't tune in a lot, but I was today, and it just seems so frustrating because you seem frustrated that Gainey is blaming the media, but it almost seems as if it was the media propagating these leftist politicians in the first place this whole time, even though we told everybody this is literally what's going to happen if you keep installing these leftist whack job politicians. But yet the media...
Hold on, Mr. Fox News. Mr. Fox News.
Go ahead. No. I tuned out of that stuff years ago.
Okay, Mr.
Because the Colin Dunlap and his down the middle stuff.
Stop. Who would you suggest would be the mayor of Pittsburgh right now? Because we have no Republicans in this town. None.
I know. That's what I'm saying, because somebody has convinced a majority of these city dwellers that leftist politics is the answer.
Yeah, and hold on. Stop. You can't scream over me, believe me. Stop. You're annoying the hell out of me. Who is your guy? Name one. Help me. Silence.
I'd rather you were Colin Dunlap, actually.
For mayor.
Yeah, Colin Dunlap seems to have the most level-headed. I don't know him personally, but
Colin, wave your hand if you'd like to be mayor.
I'm sure he would not.
Hell no.
But that's what we need. We need somebody with a level.
No, we don't need Colin Dunlap for mayor. We don't. We need an adult. Believe me, I'm just as frustrated as you are. It sucks right now. But Colin Dunlap or Marty Griffin ain't going to be mayor. It's not our thing. There is no one. There is no one. Zero. Period. We end up with Gainey. Period. We end up with crazy crime. Period. We end up with insane drug problems. Period. The amazing part of this is there are very few willing to come out and take on the Democrats in Pittsburgh. Name one. Give me a plan. Joe Rocky doesn't live in the city. What's your plan? I do like Rich Chupka. I do. But he's not running. He's the unofficial mayor of the South Side. At the end of the day, folks, crime is a major issue in this town. Massive problem. The cops arrest them and they're kicked. So you got the courts to blame. You got the judges to blame. No one has clean hands here. No one. But I would argue with that caller. Who do you suggest runs for mayor? Give me one name, sir. One. Just one. No one knows. No one has a thought. And this goes way beyond blaming it all on Gainey. This goes real deep into Pittsburgh and government.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
Most people think child abuse is a bad parent problem.
Actually, the root causes may be different than you think.
Let us explain. Affordable housing for everyone?
That prevents child abuse. And access to health care in every community
prevents child abuse too. High quality, affordable child care.
Paid family leave.
School breakfast and lunch programs.
All of this prevents child abuse.
It's all about keeping families out of crisis in the first place.
At least 1 in 7 children in the United States have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
That's preventchildabuse.org.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 22 with light snow at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Last night in Greenfield, PennDOT hosted a public meeting about changes at the Squirrel Hill interchange on the Parkway East. 4 plans are under consideration to replace dangerous on- and off-ramps. On the Big K Morning Show, PennDOT District 11 Executive Jason Zhang confirmed a few people will have to relocate.
The new ramp locations will, unfortunately, they have to go where there's houses. So we work with people. We don't just kick them out of their house. It's not like that.
It is not clear how many homes will be affected. Construction on the interchange will start in 2029. Zillow has named Pittsburgh the most affordable housing market in the country.
The average price of a starter home is $215,000.
That is Coldwell Banker agent Robin Taylor, who says the average price in the country's large metros is at least $400,000.
When they look at affordability, they're looking at you spending less than 30% of your household budget toward housing. And in Pittsburgh, it is way better than that.
On the flip side, mortgage rates around 7% limit affordability. TSA officers at Pittsburgh International intercepted a gun at the security checkpoint on Tuesday. A Florida man had a 9mm handgun and a box of ammo in his carry-on bag. It was the 6th firearm TSA officers have found so far this year. Bringing a gun to an airport checkpoint, by the way, carries a federal civil penalty that can reach up to $15,000. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 369 points at 43,808. The Nasdaq is down 114. The S&P down 35. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Hey, folks, Marty Griffin. I go back years with Rob Pierce from Robert Pierce and Associates, one of my go-to guys. They've been at it more than 40 years. Clients are never charged unless the case is won. That remains the foundation of this firm's work. Led by managing partner Rob Pierce, this family-owned firm dedicated to helping friends and neighbors in the fight against negligence, wrongdoing, and abuse. I've seen it, folks. Skilled professionals, professional injury attorneys, and legal professionals. The firm provides compassionate and experienced representation to injury victims and their families, from personal injury and nursing home abuse to medical malpractice and Social Security disability cases. Robert Pierce and Associates been serving communities around this city, state, and the region for 40 years, committed to ensuring full and fair compensation. Call them right now for a no-obligation consultation. 412-214-7477.
Many of our U.S. veterans and service members face challenges: mental health struggles, housing obstacles, employment, food insecurity, and social isolation, to name just a few. I'm Bob Woodruff. My family and I started the Bob Woodruff Foundation in 2006 after I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq. Our service members had my back that day, and we need to have theirs now more than ever. At the Bob Woodruff Foundation, we raise awareness about the tough challenges veterans and military families face and invest in solutions to help support them in the next chapter of their lives. And with one solution comes the next. We solve a housing situation, we increase employment opportunities. We solve employment problems, we address food insecurity. We solve food insecurity, we impact physical and mental health issues. Learn more about our work at bobwoodrufffoundation.org/success.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. What's up, Ellen Gamble?
All right, Marty, what's up is it's a pretty decent ride, you know, kind of a happy Friday kind of thing if you do have to hit the roads and head into work or out and about here. Just minor delays, Parkway East inbound between Edgewood Swissvale and the Squirrel Hill Tunnels is where you'll step on the brakes, and maybe a bit of a slowdown for you around the Runaway Truck Sand Pile or the Banksville on-ramp on the inbound to Fort Pitt Tunnels. Just a reminder for you, Penn Avenue in the city of Pittsburgh continues to have lane restrictions today. This should be the last day of this utility work project, but crews will have lane restrictions in both directions on Penn. Between Shady and East Liberty Boulevard, they should wrap up there around 5 p.m., but plan accordingly. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mainly cloudy with a cold, gusty wind the rest of today. A few more flurries, the high 27. Some clearing tonight down to 17. Tomorrow, partly sunny, not so cold in the afternoon, high 37. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market Team as they share seafood recipes the whole family can enjoy. It's the Coons Cooking Hour presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, Friday, we've reached the end of the week. What a great week. Can't wait to talk to you 2 to 6 today right here, KDK.
With all due respect to the guy who called and said I should be mayor or Collins should be mayor, no, that's just ignorant. We need a change. And here's what I always tell you. What's your plan? What's your plan? Play those clips, please, my man. This is the Mayor Gainey yesterday, basically saying he's cleaned up the city. Listen.
I'm not here to ask if you see the difference. You do your equation based on the math you want to get to. I'm here to say, look at the progress we made. Because these numbers have not stopped the people from coming back down. We never said perfection when we said we continue to get better and we'll continue to improve on where we're at. And while this was an unfortunate incident, it also showed you what happens when we all work together. How quickly they made sure that public safety was the top priority.
Talking about the shooting downtown the other day where a young man was shot. I hate downtown in terms of the grime. I think it sucks. I grew up here. This is my town. I can say that. Beyond that, all the players I know, I mean big shots that own buildings, they hate downtown right now. Hate it. I mean, they hate it. The vacancy rate is insane. The property values have plummeted, catered. The cops work their ass off, but as soon as they arrest someone, they're kicked back out in the streets by a justice system that says, you didn't do anything. Go back out and punch someone or stab someone or shoot someone. The crime rate sucks downtown. I hate downtown. And for all those who suggest we need someone better, who the hell is that? Who is that? Someone suggested the unofficial mayor of the South Side, one of my boys, Rich Chipka. Good morning.
Marty, how are you?
Well, why don't you run for mayor? Everybody's screaming for someone better, for a moderate. You're surely that. Because everybody says now all we end up with is jagoffs. No, honestly, Pittsburgh word. And that guy called and said, these far-left Democrats. Okay. You would classify Gainey as that, would you not, as a progressive? Would you not?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So who is there? No, I'm serious. You're my friend. Who is there to bring Pittsburgh back, to make it tough on crime? Who is there? Who is the person? You don't want to do it? Who wants it?
Unfortunately, the political scene in Pittsburgh is very rabid. If you say anything, they attack you for everything.
Right on. They would ruin your business.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah.
And so this whole notion, like the guy called and said, where are all there ain't a one damn Republican to run for mayor or have a chance. Come on, man. Tony Moreno might get 10 votes, and the other guy, I can't even remember his name. Right?
Thomas West.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has no chance. None.
Yeah.
Right?
Unfortunately, the way this system works in Pittsburgh, in the last 7 decades, we've had a Democratic mayor.
Right.
And in 7 decades, we've lost 500,000 people in population. Our school system, one of the worst in Pennsylvania.
One of the worst.
We have bridges collapsing. We have bridges that fire trucks aren't allowed to be on because they might fall, cave in.
Right.
But we have, beautiful stadiums paid for by the taxpayers.
Irrelevant.
And
yeah, but where's the all-star to run for mayor? Where's a guy like you to run for mayor? It's not worth it to you, is it?
No, not at all.
Why?
I was thinking about it.
Why?
It's just it consumes all your time.
It does.
You have to live it, and unfortunately, the people that have the time and to do it are not qualified.
They aren't, sir. Appreciate your honesty. You're my man. I love them. So there you go. There's your plan. One of my boys who works downtown. Progress downtown, where? I see no difference. I hate working downtown. It's the truth. It's grimy, man. Go ahead, Steve. The mayor says downtown's great. What do you say?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But I have a suggestion. Your buddy Ackland.
Love him.
I think he'd be great. Anthony Coghill, I think, would be another option. I like Anthony Coghill.
Love him, too. Didn't want to do it.
And what about Bob Swartzwelder?
Doesn't want to do it.
Well, Weiger.
By the way, these are all good people. I love them all. All my good friends. Ackland can't do it right now. Would have gotten the game too late. Schwartzwalder has zero interest in getting his ass kicked running for mayor. And who else did you say? I forget.
Coghill.
Love him. But he doesn't have the traction, and I'm going to be honest, and he told me this to my face. He doesn't have the name recognition or traction that the O'Connor name has, thus he wouldn't be able to raise the money.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
And my man, here we sit.
The thing is Coghill's been putting himself out there more than usual lately.
A lot more.
Getting involved with that downtown situation specifically.
And I mean, calling here and saying, I should be mayor or Colin should be mayor, well, that's not a solution, man. That's just silly talk show crap.
Yeah.
Right? Keeping it real.
Absolutely.
Great phone call. What's your plan B? I mean, the mayor says downtown's... He basically says he's kicking ass. No, he isn't. He's getting his ass kicked. Bob Garvin, cop for life, one of my favorite cops. The mayor says we're a lot safer. What do you say, sir?
Well, let's think about it. He said you have to do the equation and figure out what the figures are. Okay.
Right.
Well, here's the problem. I'm going to just cite 3 recent incidents maybe. Last weekend, 15 cars were broken into up on Mount Washington.
True.
In the report up there, people told them their cars have been broken into multiple times.
Right.
And they didn't call the police. So we did not have a reduction in crime. We have a massive reduction in crimes reported.
Plus, my man, the head of that unit retired. Retired, brother. Gone.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. We had it was last month. You remember the bar owner that was approached to be robbed over on the south side?
Of course.
Called 911. They said, is it in progress? They said, no, he's got away. Okay, you can file a report with a crime reporting unit. Well, he went up to zone 3. The state police station's closed. Nobody here.
Sickening.
He rang the button. They told him, call the crime reporting unit.
My man, you've been a lawman for life. You know this town better than the back of your hand. Is Pittsburgh safer? Hell no.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's grimy,
the worst
man.
thing about a politician's lie, you expect them to lie.
You do.
The worst thing is they think the public's stupid enough to believe the lie.
We'll find out.
Anthony for mayor.
I love Anthony, but he ain't doing
One last thing, sir.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for your and Christine's loss with John Burnett. I know the hurt that was.
He's my man. Thanks, brother.
Take care. Have a good.
Whole town lost JB. I loved him. My wife was very close with him. He called her his second wife. What the hell's the mayor talking about? Are we better off? Is Pittsburgh safer? Oh, no, we just had a double homicide yesterday. We had a shooting downtown the day before. Right on Stanwyck. I mean, keeping it real. Downtown's grimy, man. Ask anyone that works down here. Ask the players. Forget about all that. Check the value on the businesses downtown. The buildings downtown. It's awful. Who's going to run? Who's going to take out the mayor in an election? For the folks who say, where's our Republican hero? You tell me, man. You tell me. Sarah Innamorato beat Joe Rocky. He was our best hope for a change. Sarah won because you folks blindly vote. The truth. Nothing changes. Nothing. Do we have law and order? Hell yeah. We have amazing cops. I like Ragland. I do. He's a good man. He will work his ass off. Does he have a chance to win here in terms of success? I don't know. Can't hire enough cops. Can't pay enough cops that are left. You folks tell me, is Pittsburgh safer? That's what the mayor says. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Helen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. What's up is it's not a bad ride for the Friday. If you have to get out and about, you're doing okay on the Parkway West, for example. Usually that's our bad boy of the area roads with lots of backups on the front side of Green Tree Hill. Not so right now anyway. Just slow at the Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Where we have some heavier delays would be the Parkway East. So inbound, the ride has fluctuated for some heavier traffic right now. It is stacking solidly at Edgewood Swissvale as you make your way into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. And the outbound ride as well is heavy past the Squirrel Hill Homestead exit. So it looks, I always joke about the evening rush hour kicking off a little bit early. I think that's an exaggeration at this point. We've been watching to see if they've been stopping traffic going into the tunnels. Haven't seen that happen, but it is definitely slow as you travel there, so plan accordingly. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know ballers. Baseballers, basketballers, footballers, pickleballers, even bocce ballers. We also know that no two ballers are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we use the latest research, equipment, and technologies to build your personalized plan. No matter how hard you want to ball, we see you. Call 412 Doctors to get expert care from AHN.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan Silver Bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan silver dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. Don't miss out on this special deal. Regularly priced at $49.95, but for a limited time, only $39.95. Save $10 per silver bar. Limit of 25 bars per customer. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to $250 in savings and free shipping on every order. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan Silver Dollar. That's a $59.95 value free. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan Silver Bars for only $39.95. That's 1-800-386-7195.
Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? If you get busy or miss your favorite show, don't worry. With Rewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app, you can stream your favorite shows on demand. You know your day is better with us. Get the news that matters to you from the local voices you trust. No matter what you're up to, give it a try. To get started, download the free Odyssey app and search for your station. That's AUDACY.
Do you know someone in need of a full house heating system? McVeigh Plumbing, Heating and Cooling will be donating one full house gas heating system to a family in need. To nominate a deserving family in your life, go to KDKAradio.com now through February 28th.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times, but when you need us, we're here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Chris from California asks, I have about $300,000 tied up in a single stock.
It's not money that I need anytime in the near future. If the value goes up, yes, I'm happy. But when it goes down, I always think I should have sold. I check the account multiple times every day. Is this behavior typical? Oh boy, Chris, it sounds like you may be driving yourself a bit nuts. I know you say you don't need the money, but if you're checking the balance multiple times a day and you're having some regret when the value drops, that could be a sign that you may have too much money invested in this single stock.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Ed Gainey, news conference yesterday. Far away, brother.
I'm not here to ask if you see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
You do your equation based on the math you want to get to.
Huh?
I'm here to say, look at the progress we made. And while this was an unfortunate incident, it also showed you what happens when we all work together. How quickly they made sure that public safety was the top priority.
Shooting downtown right
Because
now.
these numbers have not stopped the people from coming back down. We never said perfection when we said we continue to get better and we'll continue to improve on where we're at.
I think it's worse. I would not feel safe having my loved ones downtown. I mean, that kid that was shot the other day, right in the middle of downtown, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just saying. Let's talk to one of my boys who works downtown all the time. Dave, downtown better?
Hey, good morning, Marty. How are you?
Is downtown better?
No, not at all.
How often do you work? How often do you work downtown?
Quite often, usually once a week or more.
Exactly.
Depending on, like I said, HVAC, we're down there all the time.
Is it grimy?
It is. I have a lot of accounts, especially on Penn Avenue and up on Smithfield.
Yep.
Smithfield is absolutely horrible.
Well, that's what the shooting was the other day.
Oh, yeah. That's, I mean, we've had shootings there. We have stabbings there right on the corner of Liberty and Forbes before, or Smithfield and Forbes. Nothing has changed. It's still a hangout for the homeless, open air drug, dealing out there.
Every
People
time every time you're there, you see this, do you not?
I call you every time I see something down there.
Every time. Thanks, my man. I'm just keeping it real. I don't like downtown right now. Carlos, my brother, good morning.
Good morning, Marty.
Carlos, who has talked about running for mayor because he's so disgusted. But the one guy called in screaming that Colin should be mayor or I should be mayor. That is not the solution. Is it, sir? And it's got nothing to do with that. It's got something to do with someone giving a damn about making Pittsburgh better. That's just talking smack, right?
Yeah, I mean, it needs actions need to be taken. It's all we hear is talk, and they rattle off statistics that people pull up, and they regurgitate things that they think we believe. And when you're out there seeing it every day, it doesn't translate to it. My son takes 2 buses home from Central Catholic, and one goes downtown, and I'm like, don't. When we were kids, we could run downtown and have fun and enjoy it.
Yep.
I'm like, stay by the bus stop. Don't wander around. It's right on Smithfield. He gets a second bus on Smithfield that brings him to Carrick. And, it sucks that you got to worry about your children like that.
It's right on. Oh, man, Carlos. I'm telling you right now, downtown is grimy. I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why every single massive building downtown is worth about half what it was. Half. It ain't because it's a hot property. It's because the players, the money guys, are saying to hell with this. And there's a reason why Corey O'Connor will hit $1 million in his campaign account by the end of this month, and why Gainey will struggle to get to $300,000. There's a reason. People have had it. They're disgusted and annoyed. At the end of the day, the mayor can be angry at whatever reporter he wants to be angry at. But downtown is grimy, man. Prove me wrong. Tell me that you would go downtown with your family any time of day or night and feel okay about it. Tell me you would let your kids play soccer in the street downtown. My kids play soccer in our neighborhood. Just saying. I ain't buying it. And if Gainey wants to get defensive with a reporter, which he did, that's his defense mechanism, because he knows he's in trouble here. Fact.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk station in the country. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
A new president is sworn in. America's greatness is being restored. And there's breaking news every minute. Now, tens of millions of Americans are turning off Fox and CNN and tuning in to Newsmax for the breaking information they really need to know. Reuters Institute says Newsmax is one of the top news brands in America. Find it yourself on all major cable systems and on your TV or smartphone store. Just download the Newsmax app for free and start watching. You'll get great shows with Rob Schmidt, Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and Carl Higbie, and more. Find out why millions of Americans have made the switch. Even President Trump says Newsmax is terrific, and he's watching. So make the switch to Newsmax. Check us out on cable and satellite TV, or download the Newsmax app today. Watch us anytime, anywhere. Remember, Newsmax is real news for real people.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
23, light snow, and a real feel of 11 degrees at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The suspect in a fatal stabbing on the Montour Trail last year is now a person of interest in a similar killing near Albany, New York. Police say they are looking for direct evidence linking Anthony Quesson to the murder of a 76-year-old man on the Empire State Trail in April 2024. Quesson was arrested following the deadly stabbing of an off-duty state police liquor enforcement agent on the Montour Trail last October. Quesson was released on non-monetary bail back in 2023 by Judge Xander Orenstein after being arrested for a felony robbery at Point State Park, and he did not return to court. Quesson now awaiting a preliminary hearing on homicide and other charges. Police are looking to arrest a killer who shot two people last night in Garfield. A man and a woman were found dead inside a crashed vehicle in the 5200 block of Dearborn Street around 8 p.m. Officers say the man and woman were shot on the back of the head. Also in that car, a 2-year-old who was not harmed. Public Information Officer Emily Bourne talked with KDKA TV.
Our violent crime unit detectives are here. They're investigating. They'll be combing all available CCTV footage, all ring camera footage or doorbell camera footage.
Police recovered shell casings inside the vehicle. They say someone may have seen a suspect leaving the area. A pedestrian has been hit by a vehicle this morning in downtown Pittsburgh. First responders were sent to the 500 block of First Avenue shortly before 5 a.m. One person was taken to a hospital, injuries and condition unknown. This is the second day this week a pedestrian was struck by a vehicle. Yesterday, 48-year-old Jeremy Laval died after stumbling into Pride Street near Forbes and being hit by a box truck. Pittsburgh's Public Safety Center is now a year old. In 2024, police based in the downtown facility made more than 800 arrests, 860 welfare checks, and about 1,300 calls for disorderly persons and trespassing. Mayor Ed Gainey says people will see what they want to see in the numbers.
I'm not here to ask if you see the difference. You do your equation based on the math you want to get to. I'm here to say, look at the progress we made.
At yesterday's news conference, the security chief for the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust said they are seeing improvements in downtown safety. Church bells around the world will toll in unison Sunday to mark the third anniversary of the war between Russia and Ukraine. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that story.
Father John Sherist of St. Peter and St. Paul Ukrainian Orthodox Church in Carnegie tells me his parish will be among those church bells chiming on Sunday evening.
At the moment the border was crossed by Russians into Ukraine, we were instructed to ring our bells, and they spell out every time zone for all of us. So here in the East Coast time zone, we are at 8:59.
When asked about President Trump's stance on ending the war,
but I'm actually not so worried about him and what he'll do. Maybe he'll bring a temporary peace, but Putin is quite the chess player, and he's playing the long game.
Father Scherer says, let's not show anger. Love is what the world needs. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 384 points at 43,776. The NASDAQ down 134 points, and the S&P is down 36. KDKA Sports tonight, Moon and Chartiers Valley meet in the Whitfield 5A playoffs. That's the high school basketball game of the week. Countdown to tip-off begins at 6. Tomorrow, the Pirates begin preseason play with the Orioles at Sarasota, and you can listen to the game on KDKA Radio at 1 p.m. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:04. Over 65 and still on your employer's health insurance? Call One Health Benefits today, 724-799-8873, to select the best Medicare plan for your needs. It's 21 with light snow in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Zero Res reminds you it's the month for love. When's the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it really deserves? Have you gotten down on your hands and knees and adored how clean and refreshed it was? Oh, you're scared that it might smell funny? Yeah, all that salt dragged in? Call Zero Res. Get your carpet professionally cleaned. You're breathing unhealthy levels of that nasty dirt, dander, bacteria, and germs recirculating again and again. Take care of business. Zero Res has a special right now, $119 plus a fourth room clean free. And don't forget the dirt and dander hiding in your air ducts. This month, take $75 off when you get your air ducts Zero Res clean. 412-701-1188. Call now, 412-701-1188, or go online to ZeroResPGH.com. Say you want the KDKA Love Your Rug special. Spell it backward or forward, it spells the same. Zero Res. You'll love it.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thank you, Marty. So as we're looking out on the area roads, we are getting reports of an accident now in North Versailles Township. This is on Route 30, Lincoln Highway, and it is very near the intersection with Jacob Street. So watch out for the slowdowns as first responders head to the scene and try to assist with that. Elsewhere around the commute, you do have some slowdowns on the Parkway East inbound. 376 slows at Edgewood Swissvale ahead of the Squirrel Hill tunnels. You also have outbound delays on the city side of the Parkway East heading toward the outbound Squirrel Hill tunnels right around that Squirrel Hill Homestead interchange. Parkway West, by comparison, is rolling pretty well. Just a minor delay for you as you head into the Fort Pitt tunnels, and the outbound ride toward the airport in the western suburbs is a good one on the Parkway West. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mainly cloudy, gusty winds and cold the rest of today with flurries gradually tapering off, the high 27. It'll begin to clear tonight, low 17. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds, high 37. For Sunday, partly sunny, high 40. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It may be winter outside, but inside the Monroeville Convention Center, it's golf season. The Pittsburgh Golf Show, presented by Dominican Republic Has It All, is February 21st through the 23rd. Shop, compare, and save on golf equipment and accessories. For tickets, go to PittsburghGolfShow.com.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
A wordsmith, a magician behind the mic, one of the most important figures in Penguins history, a one-of-a-kind broadcaster, a tremendous ambassador for the city of Pittsburgh. Those are just a few of the tributes for Mike Lange, who died at his home Wednesday at the age of 76. He spent 46 years with the Pens, and we are proud Mike's first game in Pittsburgh was on KDKA. On Thursday morning, several guests shared memories like Paul Staggerwald, who said every night was a blast to work with Mike. Post-Gazette columnist Jason Mackey said Lange was on a short list of the team's biggest stars, including Lemieux, Yager, Crosby, and Malkin. Network play-by-play man Doc Emmerich wondered how many thousands of listeners became hockey fans because of Mike's on-air energy and unique style. One of our team members has suggested there should be a statue of Mike Lange outside the arena. That's an appropriate way to honor someone who won the hearts of generations of Penguins fans.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to KDKARadio.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
One of the most horrific crimes I've ever had to talk about happened here recently. A police officer gets up early in the morning, would run along the bike trails, and homeless man came out along the trail and stabbed him to death. The Montour Trail. My wife's been on there. Patrick's been on there. And right now, by the way, he's in a mental hospital. Right now, that suspect comes to light yesterday that he may be responsible for another homicide, which raises a very significant issue, does it not, Raz?
It does raise an issue about whether or not he was supposed to be free at all. And the reason for that is in 2023, this person who is named Anthony Quesson was arrested and charged for a felony robbery, and I think it was an assault as much as anything else, too, at Point State Park.
Right.
Now, he went before Judge Xander Orenstein, who released him on non-monetary bail. So Quesson did not show up for any return court appearances. So that was in 2023. Now, in April of 2024, on the Empire State Trail in Albany, a 76-year-old man was killed there. And New York police say that they're looking for evidence that would link Quesson to this because it appears to be very similar to what happened a few months later in October on the Montour Trail when the state police liquor enforcement agent was stabbed and killed multiple times. And I would just like to throw in at the on my own. I used to live right off the Montour Trail. I used to walk my dog there, ride my bike there, and that very area where this liquor enforcement agency was slaughtered.
And we've had this discussion about Orenstein. He does not believe in bail. He does not believe in holding any of these folks. And as a result, according to what we're hearing now, this young man who's now in Torrance State Hospital might have been out to kill someone else, right?
Well, if it's true where New York police are headed with this killing in Albany just a few months before what happened here in October of 2024, well, then I guess that the question that I think every reasonable person would be asking is, if this was a felony crime, why was this person released at all?
Right on. And if he was released and went out and murdered someone, how horrible to tell that story. Thank you, Raz. I happened to be at a restaurant the other night, and I saw the wife of that police officer who was stabbed to death. He was out there running in the morning. He would run, and he would go see his daughter before she went to school. He's dead. and his wife is a widow, and she's working as a waitress, and her life has changed forever. This has drawn the attention of one of my favorite state leaders, Senator Devlin Robinson. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
Good morning, Marty.
This whole scenario, sir, shocked you like it shocked me, did it not?
Absolutely. I couldn't believe it. Whenever it came across my phone yesterday, I just couldn't believe it.
And Senator, you have thoughts about making a difference here. What is your plan, and what would you like to see happen, sir?
Well, I'm going to be introducing the same bill that I introduced last legislative session, and it would essentially take violent criminals and major drug dealers and set a bail limit on them. And, you know, Queston would have been a prime candidate for bail because in my legislation, anyone who evades arrest on foot or assaulting a law enforcement officer would automatically be have a set bail.
Let's be blunt, Senator, and I love you for doing this because I think it's spot the hell on. You're trying to fight back against, not your words, my words, woke judges, sir, who don't believe in bail, right?
Right.
Right?
You're trying to, you know, we don't need judges legislating from the bench. We set the laws. The judge is supposed to interpret the laws.
And at the end of the day, they should not have the authority to say, cool, you're cool, just walk, right?
That is correct.
And when you heard this happen and connected the dots in your mind, you were outraged, were you not, Senator?
Absolutely.
Do you have the political momentum to get this done, sir?
I believe so. I believe that we can get it done this year. We have to start appealing to common sense legislators and get it done. And, you know, we have an election coming up this May and this November, and we have to start holding our judges accountable.
Completely agree. We have to prove what Trump proved, quite frankly, that elections have consequences. Do we not, sir?
Absolutely.
Senator, I love you. I love the fact that you have passion. I love the fact that you're so concerned about this, and I love the fact that you want to make a difference. And I love the fact that you want to kind of check the power of these far-left judges who don't believe anybody should be in jail. They don't believe in bond at all. And to me, sir, that's flat-out ridiculous and frightening, is it not, Senator?
Absolutely. We live in a society, and we want to live in a safe society.
Senator Devlin Robinson, my friend, if I can do anything to help get this ball across the goal line, you tell me what I can do, when I can do it, I'm all over it, all right?
I appreciate it, Marty. Thank you.
It's awful. I got to be honest, I was out with my wife at dinner at one of our favorite restaurants, Leo Greta, and I caught the eye of this wonderful woman who's a waitress at the restaurant. And I didn't say anything, but she was the wife of this police officer who was jogging and was stabbed to death. And then to find out that, that the suspect should have been in jail. And then to find out that there's another possible victim. It makes me friggin' sick, to be perfectly blunt. It just makes me ill. And good for Devlin Robinson. I will do anything in my power, in our power. We will use this amazing platform, I promise you, to make a difference here. We got to do it. We got to stop this madness. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thank you so much, Marty. We do have an accident, and crews are now on the scene. This in North Versailles on Route 30, Lincoln Highway, very near the intersection with Jacob Street. So certainly watch out as you are traveling there. It's not too hard to see the delays, but the good news is there aren't too many of them on the Parkway East. Right now, you just have a minor slowdown between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the inbound Squirrel Hill tunnels. Outbound traffic that had been a bit congested by the Squirrel Hill Homestead interchange has eased up, so it's smooth sailing failing from downtown through those Squirrel Hill tunnels and to the eastern suburbs right now. Parkway West inbound is rolling well in both directions from the Golden Triangle all the way out to Pittsburgh International Airport. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
So, I talk Bowser all the time and how much the Bowser family has meant to us just in terms of cars. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Bowser cars. Right now, 4 Bowser cars. And it's amazing the service. It's amazing the sale. It's amazing the kindness. Fine, they take care of the Griffins. You would assume that would happen, right? So a friend comes to me, a young lady, desperate for a car, had an old beat-up Honda. True story. I sent her to Bowser looking for a Subaru. They had a dozen lined up within an hour. She went to Bowser. They gave her the best deal she'd ever seen on a car, and she called me crying. She was so happy about the salesman, about the service, about the pricing, and about the effort to make her happy, to put her in a Bowser car. I love them, folks. Why wouldn't I? They're absolutely amazing. Bowser gets it.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
My name is Ann. I'm 67 years old. I lost 25 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. I have so much more energy. I feel at least 20 years younger. I can run up the stairs now where it was a little bit hard for me. My knees would always hurt. I had shoulder pain. I've had elbow pain. I think it's all pretty much from the weight that I had on my body, on my frame. It feels amazing that Awaken 180 offers free maintenance for life. The fact that I have free coaching when the weight loss process is over is absolutely amazing to me.
Hi, Paul Alexander here. Less joint pain, more energy, reducing medications. The benefits of losing weight with Awaken 180 are endless. The ability to maintain that weight loss, priceless. Free support for life. Online at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys.
good Rich and Guys.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Marty Griffin. So Anthony Queason, according to what we're being told, is that he's now in a state hospital. He's mentally ill. He has an extensive history of mental illness. We had a scare the other day because it was showing in court records that he was released. And so there was definite fear. Why wouldn't there be? Because this has happened here numerous times. That he was free. I wish I could tell you that it was surprising when he stabbed a officer who was just jogging along the trail to death. If you look at his background, he had a history of mental illness. Honestly, he's this vagabond lifestyle, traveling to various states. He did this with no remorse. He's severely mentally ill. They had him in the Allegheny County Jail and realized we got to get him to a state hospital. Now he's in Torrance State Hospital. The bigger issue this morning is, did he kill before? And should he have been in jail, unable to kill? We are digging down on that, but there is a definite investigation going on right now out of state in New York to determine whether or not he stabbed to death another innocent man. It goes back to my point that I've made 100 times before, folks. Elections have consequences. You put these woke judges in office. You elected these judges who don't believe in bail, and there are about 4 of them. There seriously are at least 4. They believe in no bail. And the truth is, there's no way of changing that. The judges can move them around, which they try to do to keep them out of harm's way. But it ain't a perfect system. And if it turns out that this mentally ill man killed before, when he should have been in jail, we'll be sick over it. But we won't be shocked over it. And it breaks my heart. One of my favorite people, quite frankly, in my career, top 5 best cops I've ever known. Great family man, great member of this community, and really gives a damn about 3 words: law and order. He's now a magistrate, Jack Kearney. Good morning, Jack. How are you? Hey, Jack.
Marty, how are you?
Good, sir. Tell me the circumstance by which you ended up in office, sir.
The district judge where I live, which is in the West Allegheny School District, resigned last year. And I was approached by several people in the community and asked if I was interested in filling the vacancy or running for the office, which I said yes. And I went through the process. I went to school. This started back in April. I went to school to be certified to be an MDJ over the summer and passed and did my continuing education in December. And Senator Devlin Robinson was the main component behind it.
Love him.
He's the senator where I live. And Senator Jay Costa joined with him in submitting my name to the governor to be appointed, which happened about 3 weeks ago now. And I was confirmed by the Senate on February 4th. Unanimously to fill a vacancy to be the district judge. So there was 11 vacancies statewide, and I was the only one that Governor Shapiro appointed.
Let's be blunt here. We go way back, and it's fair for me to describe you as a law and order guy, right?
I am.
Why is that important to you, and what does that mean to you, sir?
It's about doing the right thing and making sure that people are held accountable. Like, we're all human. We all make mistakes, and everyone should be given the benefit of the doubt when they make a mistake, but when you continue to make them, you have to be held accountable for it.
And let's also be blunt. You're a very compassionate guy. You also believe that there should be mental health treatment for those that need mental help. Do you not, sir?
Most definitely. When I started in the sheriff's office, June 7th of 1984, there were 3 state-run mental hospitals in Allegheny County. Now there is 0.
Wow. Jack, what do you think of the wave of magistrates who people describe as woke, who don't believe in bond, who put this person who's in jail right now, in the mental hospital right now, accused of killing this cop and maybe another? What do you think of those folks who don't believe in any kind of bail?
I can't speak for anyone else or about anyone else. I can tell you that for the 40-plus years I worked in the sheriff's office, about 35 of them were spent tracking down fugitives. So I think that I have a keen insight as to what constitutes a flight risk or a danger to themselves or others.
Jack, I love you. You're an law and order guy. You're a by-the-book guy. This man has made a tremendous difference in terms of law and order in this town, in this county, and I wish you the best. And if we can ever help you, Jack, we're all in, okay?
I appreciate it, Marty. Thank you very much.
He's a star, and he gives a damn. And I promise you right now, Anthony, this man would not be in jail. Queason would be in jail right now if he was in office. Just would.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do?
Okay, try me.
What about a programmer?
That is a job for someone with autism.
What about a teacher?
That is a job for someone with autism.
Oh, how about a healthcare worker?
Yes, those are all jobs for someone with autism. The truth is, qualified people with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas and beliefs. Businesses value diversity, but sometimes don't recognize the unique strengths and abilities of the autism community. Introducing WIN, the Workplace Inclusion Now program by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
Ooh, what about a ranch hand?
Yeah! Sure, that's a job for someone with autism too. To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win. That's autismspeaks.org/win.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
23 with light snow at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. An Allegheny County judge has given preliminary approval to a class action settlement from U.S. Steel. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
The settlement is for residents living near the Edgar Thompson Works in Braddock. The class action contended the plant polluted and contaminated the air. The settlement calls for a $1.5 million fund for people within about a mile of the facility. Residents in that zone can make a claim, object to the settlement, opt out of the settlement, or do nothing. The deadline for filing a claim is March 31st. The opt-out or objection deadline is March 17th. As part of the settlement, U.S. Steel is denying all legal claims and agrees to spend $4.6 million on environmental improvement measures. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Pittsburgh has the most affordable housing market in the U.S., according to Zillow. Where are the hot spots? Well, Coldwell Banker agent Robin Taylor says the market is driven by school districts.
For example, North Allegheny School District, houses come on the market there, and they're snapped up right away.
On the Big K Morning Show, Taylor said homeowners thinking about putting a house on the market should get ready now.
Because the shiny gem is going to sell a lot faster than that tired, worn-out tennis shoe.
Mortgage rates are around 7%, and Taylor doesn't expect them to be lower anytime soon. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 378 points at 43,799. The Nasdaq down 141 points, and the S&P is down 36. KDKA Radio News Time 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi for the Power of Bowser. Fall in love with the new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE all-wheel drive for only $219 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 10,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, go to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
This is the time of the year when a lot of people want to set new goals for the new year. I just sat down with Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Bitchoff. I've known Dan for many years. He's helped a lot of people. Hi, this is Larry Richard. So what are your goals? You want to lose weight? You want to stop smoking or dealing with anxiety? A lot of people are dealing with that. Call the PA Hypnosis Center today. You can set up a no-obligation pre-consultation at 724-934-8446. Just mention KDKA. Dan will give you $100 off any gift certificate so you can gift this opportunity. And with the PA Hypnosis Center and Dan Bitchoff, he'll offer you a 98% success guarantee. So whatever your goals are, achieve them. You can by calling 724-934-8446, the PA Hypnosis Center with Dan Bitchoff. Call now.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble was
Hey, Marty, we have an accident being cleared, continuing to be cleared with crews on the scene in North Versailles. This is on the very busy stretch of Route 30, Lincoln Highway, near the intersection with Jacob Street. So do leave extra travel time to get past the delays associated with that. Lots of delays that we're seeing on the Parkway East. The outbound ride now looks like an evening rush hour. And in all seriousness, you're backing up between the Forbes Avenue off-ramp and where the on-ramp comes up from Oakland and Bate Street. So as you make that big bend headed for the Squirrel Hill tunnels, you're in stop-and-go traffic the whole way out to the tunnels. Inbound, you are slow right around Edgewood, Swissvale. So we didn't have any reports of accidents in that area. We do know that during this cold weather, from time to time, tunnel crews will stop traffic to go in and clear some ice out of the way. So certainly just know about those delays and factor them into your travel time as you head out and about right now. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be cloudy with a cold, gusty wind the rest of today and some lingering flurries, mainly through early afternoon, the high 27. Partial clearing tonight, though, 17. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds with a high of 37. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Do you know someone in need of a full house heating system? McVeigh Plumbing, Heating and Cooling will be donating one full house gas heating system to a family in need. To nominate a deserving family in your life, go to KDKARadio.com now through February 28th.
All right, Friday, we've reached it. End of the week. What a great week. Can't wait to talk to you. 2 to 6 today right here, KDKA.
The system is jacked. To imagine that because we can't trust magistrates who are woke, who put folks who are mentally ill and or violent back on the streets immediately just because they want to. In a real basic level, they don't believe in bond. And so now we might have had a guy mentally ill who's now in state hospital out on the streets because judge here didn't want him in jail to go kill someone else, in essence. It's sickening. And that we might have to have state law passed to order them not to do that. Man. Dylan, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Marty.
What's up, man?
The fact that this murderer is remanded to a mental hospital means absolutely nothing. I work in the justice system, and I see what magistrates and judges do all the time. And like you said, it's a bigger problem. You know, we need to look at the bigger picture here. I'd be curious to see what this murderer's conditions of bail were. You know, I'm assuming it probably included a mental health assessment. But there's nobody there to hold his hand and make him go. It's a piece of paperwork that holds no weight, and that needs to change. That being said,
let me interrupt you because I agree with everything you're saying.
Of course.
However, you know the system, and the truth is, this guy has this insane history of mental illness. Pardon the pun. Should he be in a mental health facility, or should he be in a jail where he'll get no help at all? He'll just be crazier.
You know, it's really hard to say. I've dealt with individuals that are truly mentally ill, and I mean truly mentally ill.
Right.
They're incapable. They're indigent. They're incapable of taking care of themselves. And basically, you know, an institution or a hospital provides them zero help and kicks them to a prison. And I've also worked inside of prisons, and they're not getting much help in there either. So it's like you take the lesser of the two evils. Now, a place like Western Psych or, 302 Ward, they are pretty secure.
Yeah.
Torrance, yeah, they are very secure. But I've also seen people that are erroneously released because it happens when they're not in a secure facility like a jail or a prison. So, we need to take a look at who you're electing. We need to really re-examine the justice system because, like you were saying earlier in the program, you can put a Band-Aid on the issue like downtown, but nothing's going to change until we have basically an overhaul of the whole system. Well, and that's really the only way that this is going to work.
My man, you know how many cops I know that work downtown? There's a guy downtown. Patrick, how many arrests did he have? This is my thing last week. He had a couple hundred arrests. Several hundred arrests. There's a guy downtown on the streets right now that has several hundred arrests. To your point, brother. Several hundred. Why? What are we doing here, man?
Yeah, it's all about making people feel good and doing what they think is best. And sure, there's a time and a place where empathy comes in and you have to help people. But you have a guy that has 200 or several hundred arrests, or you have somebody who's proven to be violent. And, I mean, this man's life could have been saved on the Montour Trail. There's no question about it.
There's no question about it. And my man, I'm telling you this. I was with my wife and we happened to be at the restaurant where his wife works, and we made eye contact, and my heart just fell on the floor. I mean, she has kids.
Yeah, absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening.
And he used to jog along the trail every day, and then he'd go home and see his daughter before she went to school, and he was stabbed to death by a guy who's mentally ill and should have been in jail years ago. And what do you do? Right. What do you do, man, when you're in court and you see a judge doing this? Nothing. You can't. You can't.
No, nothing you can do. And you know, I've spent many nights thinking about it, and I can't wrap my head around it just because obviously I'm a little biased. I work on one side of the system, but you have a magistrate that, you really wonder why they're doing what they're doing. And like I said, is it to make yourself feel good? Is it to make others feel good? Is it to give people chances?
If you want to, because you're like me, my man. All my friends are cops, and so I'm sitting there thinking, is he high? Is the judge high to let this guy, who has this insane history, pardon the pun, out on the streets? He may have gone to New York and killed another guy. And you know what they say? Jail isn't a place for these people. Okay. But he has, does he not, Dylan, have blood on his hands, though, this judge?
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but think how many lives are going to be ultimately impacted at the end of the day when this criminal's sentenced. It's hard to say. I have to watch what I say.
I get it. And I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate that you keep doing the job despite the turnstile that you see with criminals. Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you, Marty.
Who was the guy we had on last week? He's been arrested several hundred times downtown. Several hundred. I'm not kidding. And what happens is he gets kicked every time. I got to get to that. Hang in there with me while I search my records here. Several hundred, and they know him on the streets. And the fact of the matter is that it ain't stopping. We have a handful, about 6 magistrates, 6, that do not believe in corporal punishment. They don't believe in it. And at the end of the day, folks, that's dangerous as hell. Look, I truly believe that the mentally ill should get treatment. However, if they're dangerous, there's no way in hell, under any circumstance, that someone can commit a crime like that, stabbing a cop to death, and not face life in prison. I don't know, but it happens. And at the end of the day, folks, so what do you end up doing? You have to legislate your way out of it. So now you heard one of our state leaders saying, I got to change the law. I have to change the law. So these judges aren't allowed to do this. Aren't allowed to do this. What? What? At the end of the day, it's on us. You know why? No one wants to believe this, but elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. And we're learning that more and more every single damn day. Howard, go ahead.
Good morning, Marty. It's a pleasure and an honor to talk to you once again. There was a time when I was a young man, and I'm 67 now, where we had state mental institutions. And then for whatever reason, the government decided, state, local, international, that we didn't need these places.
True.
The problem is not only do we need these places, but we need help for these people.
It's true.
Because it's the butterfly effect. Everything that they do has a downrange effect on families, and even them, they need help. And they do not need incarcerated. They are abused in jail.
It's true.
And they are let out of jail.
It's true.
But we have to change how we do things, because when people need help, they seem to be like diseased, and nobody wants to do anything, and nobody remembers when we did have these places. And even if we built them tomorrow or reopen them tomorrow, we have to treat these people differently. There has to be help, because if not, it could be your family or my family next, going downtown or going on a jogging track that becomes accosted.
I have a guy sitting here in front of me, to your point. I have his criminal history. My man, he's been arrested downtown, and I have it right here. They call him the Colonel. He's been arrested 150 times. 150 times. Downtown.
Well, they have no place to put him. They have no help for him because there's no budget for it because we look the other way. And I'm not saying you and I, but in general,
I get it.
we look, and there's no, they don't even have a place to put him and to do that. And they're not trained. The police are trained to pick people up, put them someplace, and then put them in the hands of those that are trained to help them.
That's right.
But even then, the budgets are so small, the locations are so small, and nobody wants to handle this, and everybody wants to look the other way. But I will leave you with this thought. A few years ago, there was a gentleman in Homestead who asked for help and went to the hospital because he was hearing voices. It was telling him to do terrible things. And they kicked him out of wherever he went. They went back and set the apartment building on fire.
Oh, jeez.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for the families. I feel bad for the firemen, the neighborhood. Wow. But we do not even have a system to take care of these people. We don't. We abandoned that when we closed Mayview, Woodville, Morganza. These were state mental hospitals.
It's true. It's a horrible, great call, horrible scenario. Great call. Meanwhile, we have a guy that murdered one cop. He might have killed someone else while he's out of jail. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick. Wow. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, Popeye Bowser. Ellen Gamble is
All right, thanks, Marty. Crews continue to clear an accident for you from Lincoln Highway Route 30 in North Versailles near the intersection with Jacob Street. No accident in your way, but heavy traffic on the outbound Parkway East. You are backing up between the Forbes Avenue off-ramp and the on-ramp from Oakland and Bates Street. So it looks like evening rush hour heading for the outbound Squirrel Hill tunnels, rather. Inbound, it's heavy at Edgewood. Swissvale heads up for your Sunday travels through South Union Township, Fayette County. Intermittent traffic stoppages of up to 15 minutes at a time are planned for Sunday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. Crews are installing an aerial line over the road. This is on Route 40, so you'll find those stoppages between the Route 21 and the Walnut Hill Road interchanges. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, and we'd like to say thank you.
Thank you for making Petite the premier kitchen and bath design center and remodeler in Western Pennsylvania.
For over 50 years, you've welcomed us into your homes to help solve your remodeling problems. Our goal is, and always has been, to avoid the nightmare of remodeling. We want to give you the kitchen or bath of your dreams.
Thank you for taking it one step further. You recommended us to your friends. There's no greater statement of satisfaction than to say to a friend, I love my Petite kitchen, or I'm so happy with my Petite bath. You should call them too.
From custom creation to expert installation, you don't have to go anywhere else. And you didn't. You came to Petite. So, thank you.
And to those of you who haven't been to Petite yet, haven't you waited long enough? PA 625.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN's birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. Visit NordVPN and discover the benefits. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Encrypt your online traffic. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro. Get the special birthday deal at NordVPN.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN.
It's the KDKA Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Every Friday at 6, we bring you the best players, the best sounds of the game, and the best matchups in the WPIAL. This week,
Chartiers Valley faces Moon in a Class 5A playoff match.
Presented by Coons Quality Foods, the official store of high school basketball. Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine. Official sports medicine of high school basketball. Tobacco-free Adagio Health. And brought to you by Parmar Stores. If there isn't a Parmar store near you, there will be soon. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, Colin Dunlap for Window Nation. This February, you can miss Groundhog's Day, President's Day, even Valentine's Day. Well, don't miss Valentine's Day. But don't miss your chance from Window Nation to save 60% off all style windows. Pay nothing for 2 full years only from Window Nation. Offer ends February 28th, so you're going to want to schedule that free in-home consultation right now. 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION. WindowNation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Receive a pair of Penguins tickets with the purchase of a house of windows.
Experts at UPMC are revolutionizing robotic heart surgery every day.
Robotics is the most advanced version of heart surgery. We can do very complex procedures inside the chest without opening it.
UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute is pioneering minimally invasive cardiac surgery techniques, including robotic surgeries.
It's an obligation to innovate for patients to be treated better.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Alcoa is losing its chair. Stephen Williams, who has been non-executive chair of the board of directors of the Pittsburgh-based manufacturer since 2021, told Alcoa he wouldn't be standing for re-election at the 2025 annual meeting. While no reason was given, Alcoa said in a U.S. Securities and Exchange filing Friday that Williams' decision wasn't due to a disagreement with the company nor the board. The board will drop down to 11 members with Williams' departure. His replacement as chair has yet to be announced. Also, Kennametal, a Pittsburgh-based manufacturing company, plans to close its Greenfield, Massachusetts facility and lay off all 54 employees. The layoffs were made public today in a filing with the state of Massachusetts and affect all employees at the Greenfield plant. Kennametal is a supplier of tooling and industrial materials. The cuts are expected to go into effect April 15th when the facility officially shuts down, according to an 8K filing from the company. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So one of my boys sent me a note about trying to find candidates for mayor or magistrate or any office. And the truth is that he nails this. This is actually a fact. So Orenstein, Xander, who's far, far, far left, has been the center of so much conflict for releasing these people. He got arrested. He got elected with, is it 3,000 votes? I think so. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I mean, that's on you folks. And as my man here says, that's less than 30% of the people turned out. It's on you, man. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. You elect these clowns. If you're a judge and you don't believe in any bond, you're a clown. Sorry. You let a guy out on the streets that killed one cop and may have killed another man. That's on you, man. That's literally blood on your hands. But you folks, how the hell do you think a far, far, far left... And by the way, when these people run, I'm not defending Orenstein. When they run, they don't lie. They tell you, I don't believe in bail. No bail. I'm letting everybody out. Huh? And they do. Let's talk about something pleasant and positive and wonderful and an opportunity to help people with my good friend, Shelley. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Marty. How are you?
I'm great. Tell our listeners what you're doing, because I love it, and how they can help, because I love what you represent and how you're trying to make a difference. Go, please.
Thank you. This is our 31st annual Sweet Sunday Dessert Festival. It is an opportunity to come out and try sweets from over 28 vendors, and they donate all of their sweets and all of their time for our event, which is our largest fundraiser that benefits the city mission. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the city mission, we are a Christ-centered shelter that our mission is to share Christ, to shelter, to heal, and to restore the homeless to independent living. We have a 174-bed rehabilitation program in Washington. And we are opening up a new shelter this summer for women, and we'll also be able to have additional 50 beds. So we're excited about this event. We have 4 shelters at the City Mission, so we help men, women with children, and veterans. And so this event is so important to us, and we are excited every year when people come out, they show their support to us. The vendors have an opportunity for people to learn more about them. We have professionals like Bethel Bakery, Sarah's Candies, with Dairy Queen. We have a new one this year, Nautical Bowls.
How do folks get involved? How do they get there? How do they participate?
They come to the Hilton Garden Inn, which is off the South Point exit, and it's $5 to get in, and then you buy Sweet Bucks. It's from 12 to 5 on Sunday. It'll be packed, but there's fun games for the children in our kids' corner. There is baskets for raffles for baskets. We have Wreath of Wealth. We have 3 Wreath of Wealth, which are packed with gift cards, and you can buy raffle tickets for that as well. And we have our own cafe, so you can buy lunch while you're there. Wow. It's a wonderful, wonderful time to come out to celebrate our community, coming out to help support City Mission. And we are. It is wonderful.
Give me the date and time again, how people can get there.
That is this Sunday, February 23rd, from 12 to 5, Hilton Garden Inn off the South Point exit.
Wow. I will post all this on social, and we'll talk to you again. Thank you so much. You're amazing.
Perfect. Thank you, Marty. I hope to see you and Christine there.
Love her. She's wonderful.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Brought to you by Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh, Demand, the Yellow Van, McVeigh Plumbing and Heating, and by Butler Transit Authority. Online and on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
24 degrees with light snow and a real feel of 11 at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A man and a woman were shot to death last night in Garfield. Police responding to calls about a traffic accident around 8 p.m. found the pair inside a car that crashed into an SUV in the 5200 block of Dearborn Street. Officers say both victims were shot in the head, and they also found a 2-year-old toddler inside the vehicle. The child was unharmed and taken to Children's Hospital as a precaution. Police say the shooting took place inside the car, and they say someone may have seen a suspect leaving the area. The suspect in a fatal stabbing on the Montour Trail last year is now a person of interest in a similar killing near Albany, New York. Police say they are looking for direct evidence linking Anthony Quesson to the murder of a 76-year-old man on the Empire State Trail in April 2024. Quesson was arrested following the deadly stabbing of an off-duty state police liquor enforcement agent on the Montour Trail last October. Quesson was released on non-monetary bail in 2023 by Judge Xander Orenstein after being arrested for a felony robbery at Point State Park and did not return to court. Now Quesson is waiting for a preliminary hearing on homicide and other charges. PennDOT hosted a public meeting last night about a makeover of the Squirrel Hill Interchange on the Parkway East. 4 different plans are on the table, and District 11 Executive Jason Zhang says the goal is modernizing an interchange built in the 1950s.
We're going to bring it up to current standards. We're going to make it safer, and we're also going to look at bikes and pedestrians and just safety for all modes of transportation in the neighborhood right there.
On the Big K Morning Show, Zhang confirmed a few homes near the outbound off-ramp will be removed. Work will not start until 2029. Homestead Council voted last night to fire an administrative worker who pleaded guilty to stealing thousands of dollars from the borough. Shunta Parms was charged with taking the money through unemployment filings during the pandemic. In addition, Homestead's fire chief has been placed on leave of absence. Timothy Eves reportedly got into a fight with a security guard at his child's school in the Steel Valley district. A Carnegie church will be among those ringing bells over the weekend to mark the 3rd anniversary of the Ukraine-Russia war. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the story.
Father John Sherris of St. Peter and St. Paul Ukrainian Orthodox Church says the ringing of the church bells are a symbol of solidarity.
During the liturgy that day, we're to take the litany for the departed and commemorate all those who've lost their lives because of Russia's aggression. And then there's another prayer during petitions that we're supposed to add to the liturgy that day. And then that evening, at the moment the border was crossed by Russians into Ukraine, we were instructed to ring our bells.
Following the bell toll, Sherris will lead those in attendance in a brief service for peace. Regardless of faith, all are welcome to gather. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 372 points now at 43,803. The NASDAQ is down 148 points, and the S&P is down 35. KDKA Sports tonight, Moon and Chartiers Valley meet in the WPIAL 5A playoffs. That's on the high school basketball game of the week. Countdown to tip-off begins at 6. Tomorrow, the Pirates begin preseason play. They'll be playing the Orioles at Sarasota. You can listen to the game here on KDKA Radio at 1 p.m. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. And by Special Olympics Pennsylvania's Pittsburgh Polar Plunge. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. It's 24 with light snow in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi for the Power of Bowser. Fall in love with the new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE all-wheel drive for only $219 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 10,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, go to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, FYZICAL. It works.
Indulge your senses with the perfect blend of wine, music, and dining at City Winery in the Strip District Terminal. Enjoy live performances from legendary artists and local favorites in an intimate listening room designed for an unforgettable concert experience. Savor locally sourced food and award-winning wine, all in a setting that brings music and flavor together like never before. Whether it's a night out with friends or a special occasion, make it memorable. Reserve your table now at citywinery.com/Pittsburgh.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be cloudy with a cold, gusty wind the rest of today and some lingering flurries, mainly through early afternoon, the high 27. Partial clearing tonight, though 17. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds with a high of 37. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Talk about some love. Forget about crime and punishment. But I'm telling you, folks, we're in a law and order world. Without law and order, we have no law and order. And that creates disorder and dysfunction. It's horrible. Let's talk about making a hell of a difference. I love this town, and I love this audience, and I love the kindness of strangers. The stuff I've seen in my career, people dropping off envelopes stuffed with cash up here to give to veterans that are homeless. I mean, to pay people's utility bills. I mean, the cars, it's unbelievable, the kindness of strangers. And I'm going to tell you a story you're going to love. Why not? It's Friday. But let me get Robin first. Speaking of the kindness, Robin, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. Speaking of kindness, you are the kindest. I just want to say, you should every year be the Pittsburgher of the Year, Man of the Year, because you help so many people. Listen, I'm not jacking around either. I mean it. Remember I said before when you helped us with our electricity, I trust in God and Marty. Yep. And I'm telling you, I'm 61 years old. I've watched you since you were on KDKA doing the troubleshooting stuff.
Yep.
You just help everybody in every aspect, and I really mean it. I'm so grateful for you.
So tell our listeners, you and your poor daughter who's taking care of you, moved back home and was sleeping on the couch, and what happened?
And I have medical issues that I have to be downstairs. We have an upstairs, and now I can't get upstairs. She moved back in to take care of me in 2019, and she's watched me all through the night. So when she moved back in, she didn't bring her bed, and we actually couldn't get a mattress up and stuff. But she just decided to sleep next to me all night long, and we sleep on this ratty couch. Anyway, long story short, we didn't have a bed. So for years, she just kept saying, no, Mom, it's okay. We are here with a small jacket, and she helps me get my mail and stuff. Anyway, I thank you so much. You helped us get a mattress, right?
So Robert Levin pretty much said, bring them to the store and let them pick out what they want, right?
Yeah, and thank you. And I thank God. When I talked to Katie there, the manager of the bedding department, I said to her, thank you. Please thank Robert Levin also. And they were so kind. Katie was wonderful, and he let me pick out anything I wanted. I just appreciate you and Mr. Levin also.
I love you.
But I listen to you every day, Marty, and you help everybody in this city. You go above and beyond every single day in every aspect, in every way. And sometimes I don't agree with you.
Sure.
Because I'm a Trumper, and that's the only thing I don't. Yeah, but hey, we can all get along. But I love you. I love your family. I watch Christine every day. You're just the best person for this city. You should run for mayor.
I should.
I know you wouldn't.
I love you. Hey, keep in touch with me.
I would be number one.
And by the way, do me a favor. Once you have that stuff in the house, take a couple pictures and send it to me, all right?
I was going to. I'm going to send you a letter. And
all right, sweetheart.
But I was going to do that. It's going to be delivered shortly. Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye.
She's amazing. long story short, that's Robert Levin. Sorry, that's Robert Levin. That woman has been sick as hell. Her daughter had to move home to take care of her mom. And all I did was send Robert a note saying, hey, man, she's been sleeping on the couch. My man says, bring them to the store. They can get whatever they want. And they did. I love this town. It makes me very emotional, the greatness of this town. I love that woman. And the greatness continues. I kind of like this stuff because everything isn't doom and gloom. That everything isn't this sucks, that sucks, the city sucks, there's homeless, danger, and violence. And that does exist. But in this world, there also is greatness. And, man, it played out right here with Father Patrick. I always use an Irish brogue with that. With Father Patrick and this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man and his wife. We got to tell the story. Father Patrick, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, Marty. I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, my mind melts from morning to afternoon. So, Father, tell us what happened at your church and what you needed. We'll set this up, this great gesture.
Well, the city gave us the wonderful gift of free water by a water main break, which caused several $1,000s of damage to the church basement, which we are in the process now of getting remediated, and then we have to remodel it to get it back to where it was. So in the course of this, we reached out to you for help to get PWSA moving to fix the leak, and they did that. And you and your listeners have been a blessing in helping us now to recover from that. And yesterday, by the grace of God, a wonderful young couple had reached out to you because they were listening to your show and heard about our dilemma, and you put them in contact with us. And Dan and Michelle.
Hold on, I gotta get them on here because they're amazing people. This kind of stuff. And by the way, Father, you said something about my audience. They're amazing, are they not, sir?
They are.
Yeah.
They're a blessing to the city.
It's kind of unusual and stupendous. Dan?
Hello.
Hello. Introduce yourselves, please.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm here by myself, but my wife, Michelle, had to step out. But we're living in Bethel Park, and we heard... your persistency, because I heard it the week before, and I apologize for not getting down there earlier, but then I heard it again, your reminder, and we just turned and looked at each other and said, hey, somebody's got to turn help out.
Wow. My man. So this guy's amazing. You're a retired cop, right?
Yes, I did that a while ago.
My favorite people in the world, as you know if you listen.
I'm better than that guy from Baldwin Township if he's listening.
Oh, wow. All right, so Dan, you said I got to help out the good father. So tell our listeners what happened yesterday. This is actually amazing.
Well, we turned, first of all, Father, thank you for saying that we're young. I appreciate that. But we made in contact with you and asked that you provide our information to Father. So he turned and said that he was at the church. So we the afternoon off, so we took a ride down and got to turn and meet with Father and one of the parishioners, Paul, who helps Father out with the caretaking of the church. He showed us talked to us a little bit, showed us the dilemma. We started, as the Father said, we started out with the worst and worked our way up to the best. We went down in the basement and saw the damage, and the remediation is in the process of being done. Then he showed us his, I'll call it the main floor, in which a lot of greatness happens, where he serves out Thanksgiving. They serve thousands of meals to the community. Sure. They have a food pantry that it goes beyond. Like he said, he goes, we feed people what we would eat.
It's unbelievable.
And then we got to see the best girl. We actually got to turn and see the church, which is it's beautiful. If people have the chance, you have to see this church. And I'm allowed to say this, but it's an old hunky church. And
good description.
My church I grew up with was just a block over on Jane Street off of 18th. So
I love this story,
a lot of memories.
Hey Dan, can you guys both hang? Because this story gets better. Can you both hang on for a minute?
Yeah, not a problem. This
is the beauty of this town. I'm serious, man. This stuff gives me chills. The magnificence of the kindness of strangers. It's the good father sent me a text yesterday. He goes, man, your audience is cool. I said, hell yeah, they are. They step up big time. You got to hear the rest of the story. This will make your day. Hang in there.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
At AHN, we see you juggling 100 things at once. That's why we made it easier to book with the doctors you need. With AHN online scheduling, you can book with your primary care provider or get time with a specialist. Visit ahn.org/schedule, answer a couple of simple questions, and search for providers, locations, and times that work best for you. Easy online scheduling. Because at AHN, we see you.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously, with estate planning, unbelievable. With managing the taxes, unbelievable. With a will, unbelievable. This is what they do, folks. They're certified elder law attorneys, and they are committed to helping you with legal issues and protecting your family. Julian Gray is the best I've ever known. I have gone in his office in a frenzy, worried about taxes, about the estate, about how to manage money, about how to manage my future. And Julian Gray and his people answer those questions. They're the best going. GrayOuterLaw.com, GrayOuterLaw.com, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. The best.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan Silver Bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan Silver Dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. Don't miss out on this special deal. Regularly priced at $49.95, but for a limited time, only $39.95. Save $10 per silver bar. Limit of 25 bars per customer. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to $250 in savings and free shipping on every order. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan Silver Dollar. That's a $59.95 value free. Call 1-800-386-7195 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan Silver Bars for only $39.95. That's 1-800-386-7195.
Join Lamont for their Winter Dinner for Two special, Tuesday to Thursdays till February 27th. Enjoy a complete prefix dinner for $99 plus tax and gratuity for two. Reservations at 412-431-3100, extension 1.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by American Military University. Kennedy Center musical director Jason Moran explains how a performance by the Army's first African-American musical division, known as the Harlem Hellfighters, was Europe's first introduction to jazz.
There's a story about when they arrive and play a performance for the town that people start to hear about this band. And there's something about what rhythm does, and James Reese Europe and his band are known for kind of like incorporating this thing called syncopation. And something about that and hearing it from a band, from all these brass and these drums, that really picked up the mood not only for the citizens of the town, but also for the soldiers who were fighting too.
CBS Eye on Veterans is presented by American Military University. Veterans and their families receive 10% off undergraduate and master's level programs at American Military University, where your service is honored with savings.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
There's a beauty in this, man. You know what this show has? We got a feather and a hammer. Just keeping it real. We kick your ass to make things right. And we raise hell to make a difference. And that's what's happening here. There's this amazing church that I love on the north side that had this ridiculous water main break. No thanks to PWSA. And the water authority. And then they didn't tell the church. And then they have all this damage. And then the good father at the church is like, man, we can't pay for this. And then up steps, and I mean, this is how this happens, too. And it's why I love this stuff, man. Why I love this show, and we're so blessed to have this platform. Up steps my man Dan and his wonderful wife, and makes a difference here. Father, it has to shock you that, by the way, he's a complete stranger to you, is he not, Father?
Yes, he is.
So when you meet him, you're like, hey, I'm Father Patrick. And then, Dan, you just took a tour of the church and said, to hell, that we got to make a difference here, right?
That's correct.
And, Father, you had a limit on the GoFundMe of $5,000. My man and his wife stepped up large. Tell our listeners what they donated.
They donated $8,000.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable blessing.
It's unbelievable. How does that hit you, Father? That's about as Christian as it gets, isn't it?
Marty, I have never ceased to be amazed by the beauty of the people of Pittsburgh. And this is another example of the wonderful reality of our community and the blessed people that live within it. You know, we think so many times of the bad, but the good is there, and it's always present, and we just never see it until it pops up. And when it pops up, it's like, whoa, where'd that come from?
No, it's true, man.
Well, in this case, it came from somebody listening in their car to your program.
It's unbelievable. Dan, the man. And Dan, I'm trying to be rude here, but it's not like you're not Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying, brother? Right?
No.
And most...
No, hey, it all depends on which 6 numbers come up tonight, whether or not I can help out more.
Dan, the man. So, my man, you and your wife went in there, walked through that church and said, we can make a difference here. And you wrote a check for $8,000. Why, man?
It was the right thing to do at the right time.
Man.
Yeah, when you have blessings all your life, sometimes you just got to share them at the right moment.
Dan, I'm going to ask a dumb question because I'm a dumb guy. How do you say your last name?
We're not going to go there. We don't need to do that. That's not what it's about, though.
I know, but I can't pronounce. I have a tough time with names.
Oh yeah, I mean your turn saying the parish is on the north side. We got to get them. You got to get people to look at it on the south side.
It's true. At the end of the day, At the end of the day, you wanted to make a difference, didn't you?
That's all it came out. And like I said, having a new friend in Father made the world a difference.
You think, Father, and I think it does. This gets him extra points when he's headed into heaven, does it not, sir?
God is good, Marty.
I need a lot of points.
My man, I'm so far behind the 8 ball, brother. So, Father, be honest. What does this do? So you got 2,000 raised on the site. You have $10,000. What does this do for you?
Well, first off, it takes care of all the remediation costs.
Nice.
What we don't know is where we're headed with the cost of restoral. And that's the nightmare that awaits. And it may just be the blessing that awaits. Who knows what God has in store? We haven't got that far yet. I smile because my people were worried, and I just said, listen, God has a plan. And God has shown his plan, and each step along the way, God always blesses. And so, we look now, in fact, in about an hour, I will meet with a couple of people that are coming in to guide us, and we'll see how that goes. But, our people is like, well, we don't know. And I said, listen, it'll be okay. Don't even get panicked over it.
Please,
this is nothing.
You're killing it. Tell us the name of your church, Father, and where it's at.
St. Mary's Orthodox Church, 105 South 19th Street, Pittsburgh, PA.
Everybody asks
in
me,
the Grand South Side.
What is Orthodox? Explain this. Is it Greek Orthodox? What is it, Father?
We are of the Russian tradition, and that is merely speaking on the spiritual tradition of the parish, not on the people. Our parish is 98% convert today.
Wow.
And, you know, we've been here in the South Side for 100-plus years.
Wow.
And our ministry includes, of course, like every Orthodox church in the region and every Byzantine Catholic church, the making of food to sell, to support the parish. But we are primarily focused on service. We feed every year. Last year, 8,000 people through Thanksgiving dinners with the Pittsburgh Police.
You're amazing.
And then the food pantry, which last year serviced 40,000 people. And it's what we do. We just simply take care of our neighbors. We attempt to be the church where we are with an open heart to touch the people around us who need help.
And at the end of the day, Dan, that's why you did this, is it not, sir?
That's correct. And, you know, once you meet Father, you have a better understanding. And of him and his mission. Like I said, he's not only serving God, but it's the community in whole.
I love you both. I think you're amazing people. We're all going to meet over there and shoot some videos. Is that cool?
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we'll do got to do Leah Greta's too, pal.
Oh, my gosh. Have you been there?
Yeah. One of my favorites.
It's amazing. Man. I'll buy you dinner, brother. You're a good man. You made a difference, and you changed a life. And I tell you what, Father, it kind of gives you hope, doesn't it?
Marty, the whole city of Pittsburgh always gives me hope.
It's true.
And every person in it that I've met have been good people. And Dan and his wife, Michelle, absolute example of the best in our city, a people of faith and a people of strength that are totally in support of the community around them, and I can't thank them enough for their blessing.
Gentlemen, thank you both. I love you both. Dan the man, you are the man. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Thank
God bless you, Marty.
Man, it's good stuff. The kindness of strangers. I see it every day, man. Blows your mind.
My name is William Yank. I'm a 23-year-old, 3-time leukemia survivor. One evening, my roommate was trying to talk to me, and I responded to him in a delirium of mess and confusion, and he said, "We're going to the ER immediately." And came back with leukemia. They started me on chemos, they started me on a bunch of antibiotics, but the chemo wasn't exactly working. So my oncologist decided that he wanted to try me with CAR T-cell therapy. And it worked. Leukemia Lymphoma Society was this unforeseen blessing for me because I wouldn't have been able to get CAR T-cell therapy. We are about 9 months post-transplant and feeling very healthy, strong, and I live.
To give or get help, visit LLS.org.
Imani wouldn't be here if it wasn't for St. Jude, and I can't imagine a better place to be.
You know, it's a cliche thing to say, but I feel like my faith in humanity has been restored. The second we arrived here, we had food, housing, transportation, treatment, you name it, it was taken care of by St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. There was not a single other care in the world except for Imani, because St. Jude made that happen. The best way I can really describe it is, this is heaven on earth. So the people who donate to St. Jude, you know, I just want them to know that I don't think anyone in this world or anything in this world has given me a greater gift. We came as 2 desperate parents, and they saved our daughter's life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course. Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 25 degrees in Pittsburgh at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. The suspect in a fatal stabbing on the Montour Trail last year is now a person of interest in a similar killing near Albany, New York. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has more.
Police say they're looking for direct evidence linking Anthony Quesson to the murder of a 76-year-old man on the Empire State Trail in April 2024. Quesson was arrested following a deadly stabbing of an off-duty state police liquor enforcement agent on the Montour Trail last October. Quesson was released on non-monetary bail in 2023 by Judge Xander Orenstein after being arrested for a felony robbery at Point State Park and did not return to court. Now Quesson is awaiting a preliminary hearing on homicide and other charges. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio, KDKA.
Zillow has named Pittsburgh the most affordable housing market in the country.
The average price of a starter home is $215,000.
That's Coldwell Banker real estate agent Robin Taylor. Compare that, she says, to the rest of the country's large metros where they're spending at least $400,000 or more.
When they look at affordability, they're looking at you spending less than 30% of your household budget toward housing. And in Pittsburgh, it is way better than that.
She says younger people are moving here because of jobs and because of the affordability of housing. On Wall Street right now, the Dow is lower by 461 points. The Nasdaq is also taking a tumble, down 206 points, and the S&P 500 down just shy of 48 points. KDK Radio News Time coming up now on 12:32. Our next update's at 1. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
This is attorney Christine Brown Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
Fall in love with a new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive for only $289 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, get to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Hyundai. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill. Contemplating retirement but worried you can't afford it because of high health care insurance costs? Dina Schmidt and her team at One Health Benefits will guide you on what's best for your retirement health care needs. One Health Benefits has been providing customized health benefit choices to retirees for over 2 decades. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised about the affordable options from One Health Benefits. Call today, 724-799-8873, or learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mainly cloudy with a cold, gusty wind the rest of today. A few more flurries, the high 27. Some clearing tonight down to 17. Tomorrow, partly sunny, not so cold in the afternoon, high 37. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Selling a home doesn't have to be time-consuming or stressful. It should be fair, honest, and fast. Ryan Shalava here with the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. My team and I will buy your home with cash in its current condition to close on the day you choose. Call 412-500-9057 or visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com to get a cash offer today.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, Friday, we've reached the end of the week. What a great week. Can't wait to talk to you 2 to 6 today right here, KDK.
Down the stairs in the morning, as stupid as it sounds, when you've had cancer and chemotherapy and radiation, it jacks up your balance. And I do these stupid things as a test. because it's really dark. It's like 5 a.m., 4:30, who cares? And I don't hold on to the rail anymore. And I give all that credit to Dr. Jess from Physical, who changed my life. And then, because I went there and have been going there forever. And now I have friends going there and there are patients going there. And the recovery rate and the change is astounding. And she joins us this morning. What I have found, and it's kind of disheartening, and I'll use my father-in-law as an example. And he doesn't resemble the man he was. He doesn't get out of his chair. He doesn't play golf. He was a mountain climber. I'm not exaggerating. And all of this is due to the numbness in his feet, which we call what, Jess?
Neuropathy, Marty.
That's right. It's a massive problem. And we've talked about this mental block, and it's big, is it not? People get down, they just check out. Do they not, Jess?
It definitely does. It takes a huge impact on someone's life whenever they can't do things the way they used to be able to do.
Man, it's depression, anxiety. And then what happens is, let's get serious for a minute here about this. You get into this, well, I'll drink or I'll eat. And so rapid deterioration. Is that not fair to say, too, my friend?
That is definitely fair, just because you have a decline in your physical health and then you have a decline in your emotional health because you can't control what's going on, or you don't know that you can control what's going on, and then your physical health takes a further decline from there.
She has changed the lives of a significant number of people who listen to this show. One of my boys sent he brought his father out there, couldn't use his hand, and just changed his life. You got to feel good when these things happen. Kind of tell us one of these stories of this dramatic change at Physical, Jess.
Well, one of our most prominent stories that's happened right now is we actually have a patient who was able to avoid surgery thanks to one of our skilled physical therapists here. He came in because he had he thought were tears in his rotator cuff, and his surgeon was pushing him for surgery. He just wanted him to go under the knife. They wanted him to fix that. And they said, you can give therapy a try, but we definitely think that you should just have surgery.
Wow.
Through a course of customized treatments from one of our skilled clinicians, he was able to avoid surgery altogether.
What?
He still has full functioning of his shoulder. He has no pain in his shoulder. So he actually graduated from his shoulder plan of care, and he came back to us because we did such a good job treating his shoulder and helping him avoid surgery, because he's now having back problems as well.
This is Dr. Jess Nolan from Physical, 412-457-8200, 412-457-8200. Change my confidence level. And you see massive change in people that never thought they would be able to help themselves. Do you not, Jess?
100%. I actually had a young man come in this week. He came in because he was actually afraid if he was losing his balance. He was having issues with his inner ear, and it led to further anxiety and depression. And he's young. He's younger than me. So what we did was we initiated something called a master reset with him, where we stimulate one of the parts of your nervous system with our device. And this device, this master reset, helps to reduce anxiety, helps to reduce your overall stress levels. It helps to improve your balance. It helps to improve your recovery from injuries. And it just promotes generalized well-being. And through the use of this device, we were able to change so many people's lives, not just young individuals with anxiety or stress, but individuals who have multiple sclerosis, who have Parkinson's disease, and a variety of other conditions.
Dr. Jess Nolan from Physical, 412-457-8200. The fact is that people give up and they don't have to. I think that's very clear, is it not, Jess?
That is definitely what we like to get across to our patients. We have a lot of people who come in who said that they've tried therapy elsewhere. They've tried everything else. And they're like, well, we heard you on Marty. We thought, why not give you a try? And they end up having significant success here with our therapist.
You're all doctors now. That's kind of significant, is it not?
Yes, in the world of physical therapy, we all require doctorates in physical therapy now. All students coming out of PT schools also require doctorates of physical therapy. And within Pennsylvania, we also have what's called direct access. So because we have a doctorate in physical therapy, patients can come see us without a referral from their physician because we have the skill and the knowledge to recognize if something is without our scope of practice.
Dr. Jess, hey, we talked about this the last time, but I want to touch base on this again. I get this, and I think a lot of people, this seasonal depression, I mean, whether or not that's real or not, it's dark as hell, it's cold as hell, you start to hate it. I would imagine that same thing sets in with folks who are immobile, and they blow off therapy. That's a bad thing, is it not, Jess?
And it's definitely a bad thing because if you think about it, in the first place, most people are coming in because they were sedentary. They weren't moving. They had a fall. So they come in, they work with us for a little bit, but then the weather gets cold or they're afraid to go outside in the snow. It's just as important, even more important actually, to come to therapy on those days if you can. Obviously, we don't want you risking your life to come in. However, you need to stay active. You need to keep working and you need to stay focused on improving yourself. A lot of people don't realize that their health is in their hands. So they can give us a call at 412-457-8200 to take their health into their hands and see if one of our excellent doctors of physical therapy can help them.
What I want to kind of leave folks with is there's a sense of hopelessness that nothing can change. I can't feel my feet. This neuropathy's crushing me. I'm giving up. There are very few people that come to see you that walk away with no change. Seriously. Very few people you can't help, right?
I would say that you are pretty much right on that. We do everything that we can to help our patients. And if there's something that stumps one of us, we have 4 other doctors of physical therapy present here, and we communicate. We work as a team to figure out what's going on and get our patients the success that we know they deserve.
412-457-8200. The behind the Monroeville Mall, it's really easy to get to. And I love it there. She's one of my favorite people. She's also insanely funny and likes to pick on me, which I enjoy thoroughly. Jess, thank you.
You're welcome, Marty. And if anyone missed that number, it's 412-457-8200. Marty, thank you so much.
I love her. Several of my friends, they would hear this stuff. And one of my friends who's a cop, his father was incapacitated, and they heard this, and they brought him in there. Couldn't move his arm, and now he's fully mobile. The thing about physical limits and depression, they're sitting there in the same pool of crap. And so what happens is, man or woman gets injured, has a stroke, has neuropathy, has cancer. The chemotherapy and radiation jacks them up, as it did with me. You got 1 or 2 ways to go, and this is the truth. You can lay around and sulk, which, by the way, you have the right to do, because it sucks. Or you can take charge. What a lot of people do, and Jess has seen this, they sit in their chair, man, they watch TV, and one of my family friends eats bread. I'm not trying to be rude, I love him. But what happens is his wife passed, and he got depressed, and he had an injury that resulted in neuropathy. And so he sits at home watching television, drinking, and eating bread. And he can't feel his feet. And you can't let that happen. It's hard, though, man. I have my wife to push me, on my kids. But you have to find a way to motivate, because there's nothing worse than that funk, man. When you're older and you're hurt, you feel helpless and hopeless. My father-in-law seriously told me last time he was here that he couldn't feel his feet when he was driving the car. Seriously. Couldn't feel the brakes or the gas. That's bad. And what happens is you refuse to go to therapy because you don't want to acknowledge it, and so you stay in this funk. And I have found with Jess and Physical that they're wonderful, wonderful people. And they have this They have this gizmo that they attach to your back so that when they have you doing a balancing and walking stairs and that sort of thing, you cannot fall. It's absolutely wonderful. Physical. Check them out, folks. Amazing people.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Zero Res wants to give your home the love and attention it deserves. This month only, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at just $119, plus the 4th room clean free, and $75 off your air duct cleaning. 412-701-1188.
Man, I've been through a cancer battle, and UPMC saved my life, and it's just the truth, and I rave about them. In a very, very difficult time historically in healthcare, in a very, very stressful time for patients, doctors, staff, everybody involved. It ain't easy. But my sister is going through pancreatic cancer treatment at UPMC Hillman. And every single day runs into very, very stressful situations. And every single day they handle it in an amazing way at UPMC. They handle it like no one else handles it. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information, lifetime of helping people. I love it.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
Apparently Ed Gainey didn't show up for the ribbon cutting for the FNB new headquarters. That's a positive. You know, we harp on downtown a lot, rightly so. And something good happens, and Ed Gainey can't show up. This guy can't be done soon enough. Maybe he couldn't get there because the roads were icy and there was no salt to throw on.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Start the year strong in a new Lincoln from South Hills Lincoln. Over 200 new Lincolns in stock and available. They must make room for more arriving daily. Save big on all remaining new 2024 Lincoln Corsairs, Nautilus, and Navigators. Every new Lincoln boasts a 4-year, 50,000-mile comprehensive warranty, including picking up your vehicle for service and a complimentary Lincoln loaner. South Hills Lincoln, Route 19, Peters Township, just 3 miles north of Donaldson's Crossroads. See dealer for full warranty and PDL details.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jason Williams. It was a rainy day, and I'd gotten hit from behind by a lady that was doing somewhere over 100 miles an hour is what they were saying. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Everybody that I talked to kept saying the same name, which was Morgan & Morgan. I was on hold for maybe 15 seconds. When they come back and said, Jason, we will absolutely take your case. As a non-tech savvy guy, any question that I had, if I called, text, or email, they got right back to me. They made it as easy for me as it could have been.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because us, we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. Morgan & Morgan, official personal injury lawyers of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The FDA makes it official. The shortage of Novo Nordisk's blockbuster weight loss and diabetes drugs Wegovy and Ozempic is now over. That means compounding pharmacies are no longer allowed to make exact copycats of those name brand meds, which telehealth companies sold online at lower prices. Now, that's got shares of Hims and Hers, which sold a ton of knockoffs of Novo's drugs, down 22%. Elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks are down today. A lot of worries about high prices because of President Trump's tariff wars and a 5% drop in existing home sales in January. Right now, the Dow and the NASDAQ down 1% each. The S&P 500 down 0.8%. The low-cost carrier Spirit Airlines has been given the okay to exit bankruptcy, handing control over to its top bondholders, who plan to make it a privately owned airline. And to celebrate National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend, the Thin Mints-inspired Frosty available today at all Wendy's. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, this is happening right now. Let me play this. This is happening. Carlo.
University, Francis Ward Hall, 164 Carlo Drive, room on the fourth floor, along with fire and EMS. Carlo police just made entry. They have a female in her room, in bed, face down, cold, with blood on the sheets. If you could start that way and see if they need assistance.
Okay, that's breaking right now. Fire. That's happening right now. Police, firefighters headed to Carlo, which is right there. If you're familiar with Oakland, like Pitt. Let me grab Mike from Pittsburgh Scanner. Mike, this is happening right now, sir?
Marty, I was dispatched a couple minutes ago.
And from what we're hearing, we don't know what happened, but from what we hear from both fire and dispatch, they're doing what? They're headed to a room at Carlo, right?
Yes, they're heading to the Francis Ward Hall, which is the Carlo University main dormitory, and it's very unfortunate that they discovered this young individual who appears to be deceased.
Deceased, and they said what? A blood on a pillow is what they found?
They're still investigating, Marty. It's still happening right now. Nothing was really given over the air yet, but I'm sure we will learn more later, and we'll let you know.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. It's awful under any circumstance. So we'll let you know what happened there, the circumstance there. But a student, as you're just hearing now, found deceased in the dorms there. We don't know if it's a criminal investigation. We don't know, quite frankly. But the police are headed there, homicide's headed there, fire department headed there. And a student has passed away. And awful, awful scenario, awful, awful situation. My goodness. Life is so, so tenuous. I want to make sure that we mention that there's a lot going on with public works in the city of Pittsburgh. And we're going to get into this in the next hour. I have posted a significant number of videos. I think this city, now the mayor yesterday was harping on crime. The mayor was harping on the fact that he's won the war on crime in Pittsburgh, which I disagree with. The mayor is harping on the fact that the streets are safer downtown, which I disagree with. There was a shooting downtown this week on the streets at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We also just had a double homicide, not downtown, but in the city last night. We also have a shortage of hundreds of cops. Hundreds of cops. And at the end of the day, we don't know. We don't know how the city would recover. There has been a lot of discussion about Ragland and whether or not he will be the permanent police chief. Why would you want that job? I mean, you're a political football. Honestly, Ragland, who has a long history in this town, who loves this town, whose dad was a cop, who lives downtown, and really, truly wants downtown to thrive. Let's say he takes this job. Okay? Guess what he's facing? A council that really didn't pick him, honestly. A mayor, if Corey wins, that really didn't pick him, seriously. Cops who believe they're completely unfairly unpaid, completely unfairly unpaid, and a department that's 200 cops short. And a mayor who's delusional, who somehow thinks that he won the war on crime in the city of Pittsburgh. Under those circumstances, would you want to be the police chief here? Ragland, completely committed to this town. Ragland, who loves this town. Ragland, who wants to be chief. But city council wants to interrogate him. They do. The mayor might not be the mayor. He doesn't have the money to hire the cops he needs. They're over 200 short. And he can't hire the cops and pay the cops that he has right now the money they deserve. And that's just the police department. After the break, we're going to get into public works. Woo! These trucks, man. 2 towed yesterday. And I just posted a video of a busted up truck that they put out in the streets. To which I would always ask, Pittsburgh, is this as good as it gets?
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Hi, I'm your kid's old jeans. I've been in the drawer for a while and really missed the playground. You should swing by Goodwill and drop me off. Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. Plus, I could get back into the game. Donate today. Tag, you're it.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit Goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 25 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm David Colorado, and the news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. And by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, expanding to their new Scott Township location on Cochrane Road. The suspect in a fatal stabbing on the Montour Trail last year is now a person of interest in a similar killing near Albany, New York. Police say they're looking for direct evidence to link Anthony Quesson to the murder of a 76-year-old man on the Empire State Trail in April of 2024. Quesson was arrested following the deadly stabbing of an off-duty state police liquor enforcement agency on the Montour Trail last October. He was released on non-monetary bail in 2023 by Judge Xander Orenstein after being arrested for a felony robbery at Point State Park and then did not return to court. Quesson is awaiting a preliminary hearing on homicide and other charges. Last night, PennDOT hosted a public meeting about changes at the Squirrel Hill interchange, of the Parkway East. 4 plans are under consideration to replace dangerous on- and off-ramps. On the BK Morning Show, PennDOT District 11 Executive Jason Zhang confirmed that a few people will have to relocate.
The new ramp locations will, unfortunately, they have to go where there's houses. So we work with people. We don't just kick them out of their house. It's not like that.
It's not clear how many homes would be affected. Construction on the interchange would start in the year 2029. WVU is a step closer to getting its top mountaineer. The university's Board of Governors voted Thursday to name their choice to fill the post. They hope to make an official announcement and release the identity of their choice in the very near future. Pope Francis remains in a Rome hospital. CBS's Vicky Barker has the latest from the foreign desk in London.
The Pope's medical team has just given an update on his condition. They say it is not life-threatening, but he isn't out of the woods yet. The 88-year-old pontiff is being treated for double pneumonia on top of chronic bronchitis. He's already been in the hospital for 1 week, and the doctors say he'll be there at least another week longer. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will make Hamas pay for not returning the body of Israeli hostage Shiri Bibas. Yesterday, Hamas handed over the bodies of 4 hostages, and overnight, Israel said that one of those bodies was not that of Bibas. Here's CBS's Deborah Patah in Jerusalem.
Hamas has said it remains committed to the deal and will be releasing 6 hostages as planned tomorrow. They say they're going to investigate what happened with Shiri Bibas' body, but point out it could have been mixed up with other human remains found in the rubble after an Israeli strike.
State police are investigating a series of car break-ins, including several as they were parked at various businesses in Indiana County. At least 5 thefts happened Tuesday and Wednesday, with items stolen from the cars ranging from a .45 caliber pistol and a backpack that contained an Apple MacBook. They're looking for a white man with medium build, last seen wearing a black hoodie with a white Nike swoosh, a black beanie and backpack, black gloves, and black sweatpants. Right now on Wall Street, stocks continue to drop. The Dow is down 576 points. The Nasdaq is lower by just about 290 points, and the S&P 500 is also down 67 points. Tonight, Moon and Chartiers meet in the WPIAL 5A playoff game on the high school basketball game of the week. Countdown to tip-off begins at 6. KDK Radio News Time 103. It's time to call Goldberg, Persky, and White attorneys at law. 1-800-266-7539 or visit gplaw.com. Right now around the Pittsburgh area, we have cloudy skies and a temperature of 25 degrees. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor, you visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try some antibiotics and nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of Pittsburgh Sinus Centers called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine the relief of not having to deal with your chronic sinus infections. Set an appointment today with Pittsburgh Sinus Centers and find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Call 724-903-8048. 724-903-8048. That's 724-903-8048.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. This is important stuff. Health insurance options. You got to talk to my friends at MediConnect. They're changing the game in health insurance. Individual coverage to Medicare. They ensure that you get the most while paying the least. I've seen it. They connect you with all the insurance options in our area. Their loyalties lie with you. Their services are free. Don't call the carrier. Call MediConnect, 888-818-6334. Please, tell them Marty sent you.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mainly cloudy, gusty winds and cold the rest of today with flurries gradually tapering off, the high 27. It'll begin to clear tonight, low 17. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds, high 37. For Sunday, partly sunny, high 40. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Lot going on. Rather unsettling scenario developing at a school. Listen to this, a clip that just came in. Listen to this.
Urban Pathways, 914 Penn Avenue. See the complaint there? Doesn't say who the complaint is, but one of the teachers was going through a student's belongings. The student is no longer enrolled there. They found threats and they found a hit list.
Patrick, where's that school you were just telling me? Right downtown?
Right downtown on Penn Avenue between 9th and 10th Street.
Can you play it one more time, please, buddy, Alonzo?
Urban Pathways, 914 Penn Avenue. See the complaint there? Doesn't say who the complaint is, but one of the teachers was going through a student's belongings. The student is no longer enrolled there. They found threats and they found a hit list.
Gotta get Mike. Pittsburgh Scanner. Hey, my man, a lot going on this morning. First, you have homicide and police and fire department headed to Carlo, right?
Yes.
Right? You have a student who was passed in the room. They were found face down in blood. Now you have this scenario at this downtown school, right?
Yes.
And so how did that go down? When did this happen?
That happened this morning, Marty. It was probably about 2 hours ago, 11 a.m.-ish.
11. And by the way, you kind of listen to this stuff all day long.
It's in the side of my ear. I have like a real job. I also, we listen to this as well. It's not just me as well. So there's good coverage.
But this is important stuff, and these threats need to be taken seriously, do they not, sir?
Yes, generally if a student is acting out this way, we want to make sure that one of the students actually okay and not actually planning it. I mean, we've seen what, just even in Butler, what happens when a crazy student was just let go on his own devices.
Right on. That's right. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
That's happening right now. The student's gone, so I would assume they were to find the student. Man. I got to talk about public works here. In one day yesterday, Public Works had to have 3 trucks full of salt towed. It's obnoxious, man. You know, this goes to my point about Gainey in the first hour. The mayor suggesting he's beat the crime problem. Okay. Yes, sir. Double homicide last night, and 2 days ago, a shooting downtown. It's a crap show, literally. He got in a shouting match with Rick Earl about who knows what. I could care less. He told the crowd at a fundraiser that he, in essence, has eliminated the murder problem in Pittsburgh. It's not true. It's not true. And then there's Public Works. I have a picture right now sent to me by a city employee. And it's another public works truck. Big dump truck full of salt being towed. Patrick has one posted right now on social on our stream. That was just one of the trucks. So these are dump trucks full of salt that are a joke, that are crap. Again, Gainey's the boss. He should be raising hell. So then last night, I get a couple things from my boys at Public Works because they're hacked off about this. They're disgusted by this. One video of another Public Works truck being towed. Massive truck being towed by a massive tow truck. Again, loaded with salt, unable to work. Then two more videos of these pickup trucks that they load with salt to throw salt. All this is posted on a social. But the point I'm trying to make is there's no leadership and no management, and as a result, you put this crap on the streets. Two new videos. One shows one of these spreaders, salt spreaders on the back of a pickup truck, held together with bungee cords. If I'm lying, I'm friggin' dying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. The other one shows one of these trucks running. Shows it running. And it shows that the truck has been hit. And it shows that the truck is mangled up. And it shows that they have it like pieced together with crap wiring. And it shows gauges on the truck. And it shows that they're working at about 50%. So what they're doing is they're putting crap equipment on the streets. They're putting busted equipment on the streets. And they're putting non-union labor drivers in trucks that smoke dope on the job. To which I'd ask, is that as good as it gets? Patrick's showing the video on the stream right now live. So what the stream shows is a truck that's broken that they put out in the streets. And if you're watching right now, you're looking at the gauges, and they show the truck operating at about 30% and spreading the salt in an area about 50%. And I have these notes from insiders, who, by the way, who are Teamsters who work their butts off. I want to read these notes about the video that we're showing. So, the truck that we're showing in the video was wrecked over the weekend. It sat outside all night in below zero temperatures. The load of salt is frozen. There are numbers on the screen that show 30%. Which is about the width of the truck, and the spinner is bent. So it's not capable of spreading salt. There's another number you can see in the video. And by the way, I love the Public Works folks who send me this stuff. They want this crap fixed. So you see two numbers. You see a 30% number, which shows how far the salt is spreading, 30% of capacity. And then it shows that the spinner is bent because the truck was wrecked. The other number, 50%, is the amount of salt you're spending. It's a lot of salt being used, so you can hear the whining of the motor that it's broken. And the reason why employees put themselves in peril to send that to us and to put it on social, which Patrick is streaming it right now, is they wanted you to know that employees are ordered to drive busted trucks until the engine blows. How about that? And if you look at the spinner, it's held together with bungee cords. So, you don't have enough trucks. And the ones they're driving, some of them are busted. And they're spreading salt at 30% capacity, and it's a joke. And the mayor says we're much better off as a city. To which I would say, which city is he talking about, ladies and gentlemen?
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now. Has your home or business been damaged by fire, water, or storm? Even when dealing with insurance, you have a choice who repairs and cleans up the mess. Call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh.
The man in the yellow van, call Service Master.
Look, this is the time of the year when you start seeing stuff around your windows because it gets wet, it gets icy, okay? So we have this bay window in the front of our house. It needs to be replaced. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, man. I got to call Universal Windows Direct. Why? It's the holiday season. It's the new year. A lot going on. But what they're doing, folks, is they're offering this unbelievable special right now. Right now. They have the best windows, the best insulation, the best guarantees. Right now, every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. No limit. Buy 4, get 4 free. Okay? Buy 8, get 8 free. Also, 0% financing for 60 months. 5 years, folks, of interest-free payments. It's a great company. They have a great product. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Free in-home estimate. It's a great company. Check it out.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this important announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Fabulous February savings at Coons Market.
PA Angus Porterhouse for T-bone steaks, $10.99 a pound. Strawberries, 1 pound containers, 2 for $4. And Coke, Sprite, or Dr. Pepper, 6-pack, half-liter bottles, 3 for $14. Come see us at Coons.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Actually bizarre. The fellas in Public Works work their asses off, but they're working with busted up equipment. We posted a bunch of trucks that they pay, that they rent, that they pay that are busted up. They hid them so that you wouldn't see them. It's bizarre. Let me say this. If it was a business, they'd be bankrupt. The mayor's responsible. He's the boss. These are his people. And now I got guys sending me broken down trucks. Who the hell sends out a broken down truck, jerry-rigged, with bungee cords, working at 30%? I don't know. I have video of 2 of them being towed yesterday, 2 trucks. What the hell are they doing, man? No, I'm serious. What the hell are they doing? Who runs that? Who's the boss? And man, we beat them over the head with this stuff. Then I get this. We spent a lot of time talking about this elderly woman who tripped and fell in a pothole on Fifth Avenue. Was hospitalized. She's still in the hospital. So now I get this text. This is crazy. On the 17th, and this is new, Patrick. Oakland, Chesterfield at Fifth Avenue. Some guy tripped in a pothole and is out cold. What the hell's going on here, man? Monday. Thanks, Patrick. So what? We had a guy who tripped and fell in a pothole out cold Monday. I hope he sues the crap out of the city. And then we had a woman who's still hospitalized who tripped and fell in a pothole on Fifth Avenue in front of my boy's pizza joint, Shuli's. Is this as good as it gets? And then I posted 2 trucks being towed, and this is just yesterday. And they were full of assault. I don't know what the hell's going on. It can't be that hard. I don't know. Someone should be fired, man. Something. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, Marty, I worked for the city a long time. And one of the problems, I think, is when they contracted the work out for the repair on the vehicles. So they got rid of all the city employees. And, when you always talk about having a horse in the race, I said I don't think that people working as a contractor really, has that horse in the race.
So you think if it was done in-house, it would be better?
Oh, absolutely. The people that worked, I work with the people. They had, they lived in the city, and they knew that getting the trucks out in the wintertime, the truck might be coming down their street. You understand? So, you know what I mean?
And hold on, were you a Teamster?
No, I was a plumber. This was Dave the plumber.
Oh my goodness, you're the one plumber they had in the whole damn city, right?
No, I wasn't the one plumber, but I was one of a couple. But they got rid of all of them too. So
you're kidding.
They got to waste their money in other city departments.
So when you hear that, Public Works has trucks that are busted down that are sent out on the streets. Public Works has trucks that are being towed in. Folks are falling in potholes and passing out and getting injured. You're not surprised, are you?
No, because it's gone downhill for many years. Not only in Gainey's administration,
you're right.
But the last couple. As long as the voters, you mentioned it before, the voters in this city and the county, they got to wake up to what's going on instead of not voting.
So yeah, but Dave, who hires guys that are laborers and driving trucks for the city, and they're smoking a joint in the truck, and they're caught doing that, and they're not fired? Who does that, sir?
Well, the bosses are probably committeemen, Democratic committeemen, or you got to be a ward chairman or know somebody to get a boss's job. So they're not going to they're not going to rock the boat. They want to keep their jobs too.
So hold on. This is the Marty Griffin theory. I love you, man. This call nails it. So here's my theory. Why Public Works ends up in a shambles. The mayor hires his boys, and his friends, right? Right?
Exactly. Oh, exactly.
So
it's
you
been going on.
Huh?
It's been going on for 30, 40 years.
Political patronage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been going on all that since I worked there.
So theoretically, hypothetically, you don't end up with the best of the best. You end up with the best friends of the mayor, right? Or his buddies.
Or the Democratic Party.
Yes.
That's how it works. Just find out who the foremen are, the supervisors, assistant supervisors.
It's true, man.
You know what I mean? And see where they're connected to the Democratic Party.
Not necessarily hired as professionals who are trained, but hired as friends of friends of friends who help get the mayor elected.
Exactly. Does the public work director have an engineering degree? seriously. If you went to Cranberry, you think that director of public works don't have an engineering degree?
He does, yes.
Oh, of course. You know.
And so, hold on. Before you go, Dave, does it ever get better, though, or are we stuck with this forever?
Not if the voters keep voting who they're voting in.
I agree. Thanks, my man. You're the best.
All right.
Made my day. So, in 2-hour window, I got video of 2 public works trucks fully loaded with salt being towed away, busted. Then I got video of another truck with the salt spreader being held together literally with bungee cords. Then I got video of another public works truck, and by the way, these guys are doing this because they want you to see it. It's all on X. Of another public works truck that was run into in an auto accident over the weekend, and it's all jacked up. And the gauges, now this had to be explained to me because I'm an idiot and I certainly don't know these trucks. The gauges show it's spreading at 30%. Last week, we showed you 4 public works trucks that the city rents for tens of thousands of dollars a year, and they hid them. Why? Because they're broken. And they're loaded with salt, and they can't use them. So let's, for purposes of summary, tell you this. So the mayor tells us we're better off. The mayor tells us that the city is a safer place, a cleaner place. I would disagree. I have requested, by the way, several times recently for the mayor to appear on this show. We have not heard back. But at the end of the day, this can't be as good as it gets. Whether it's streets, whether it's homicides, whether it's paving, there is no paving budget for the next 3 years. None. 0. We cannot live under these circumstances with this lack of leadership, which explains to me why, at this point, Corey O'Connor has nearly raised $1 million. $1 million. Ed Gainey, approximately $300,000. People want change. They're disgusted with this. So am I. This is our town. We deserve better. And if you believe what Gainey says, that Pittsburgh is a better place, okay. Good for you. You mustn't open your eyes when you drive or walk around. You mustn't at all.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself.
This is a physical training event!
Promises to one's community.
Helping people move debris out of their house.
Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
Imagine battling cancer and actually beating it. You feel like you've just come out of the woods, only to discover you're about to go over another cliff. Hi, I'm Kathy Bates, and as a 2-time cancer survivor, I can tell you nothing prepared me for the challenge of lymphedema, a chronic disease often brought on by cancer treatment that compromises the lymphatic system and leads to a lifetime of severe swelling and pain. Lymphedema, LE, affects more Americans each year than AIDS, Parkinson's, MS, muscular dystrophy, and ALS combined. Yet with proper treatment, it can be managed or even prevented. That's why I urge everyone facing a cancer diagnosis to be your own best advocate. Discuss LE with your doctor before undergoing surgery. With patients and doctors working together, we can learn and live. Learn more at lymphaticnetwork.org.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 26 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm David Colorado. Church bells both in our area and all over the world will toll in unison on Sunday to mark the third anniversary of the war between Russia and the Ukraine. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has more.
Father John Sherist of St. Peter and St. Paul Ukrainian Orthodox Church in Carnegie tells me his parish will be among those church bells chiming on Sunday evening.
At the moment the border was crossed by Russians into Ukraine, we were instructed to ring our bells, and they spell out every time zone for all of us. So here in the East Coast time zone, we are at 8:59.
When asked about President Trump's stance on ending the war,
but I'm actually not so worried about him and what he'll do. Maybe he'll bring a temporary peace, but Putin is quite the chess player, and he's playing the long game.
Father Scherer says, let's not show anger. Love is what the world needs. Tamira, Rush News Radio, KDKA.
The Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission's plans to revamp the Breezewood interchange are officially underway. The commission this week selected Chicago-based Alfred Benish and Company to spearhead the high-profile redesign of that interchange. Ford is recalling nearly 250,000 SUVs to deal with a seatbelt issue. Here's WWJ's Jeff Gilbert.
The 2021 and 22 model year Ford Explorers and Lincoln Aviators have seatbelt anchor bolts that may be improperly secured. Ford says it's not aware of any accidents or injuries. Dealers will inspect the vehicles and make any needed repairs.
On Wall Street, each of the major averages is down by about 1.5 percentage points right now. So for the Dow, it's down just under 700 points. The NASDAQ is lower by 325, and the S&P 500 is also down 84 points. KDK Radio News Time coming up on 1:32. Our next update is at 2. I'm David Colorado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Fall in love with a new Hyundai from Bowser Hyundai. Lease a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE all-wheel drive for only $289 a month. Plus, get $1,000 Bowser Auto Show bonus cash on select in-stock Hyundai models. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Before you buy anywhere else, get to BowserHyundai.com. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends February 28th. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Hyundai. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
You can miss a lot in February. Groundhog's Day, President's Day, even Valentine's Day. Don't miss Valentine's Day. By the way, Colin Dunlap for Window Nation. But listen, don't miss your chance from Window Nation to save 60% off all style windows. Pay nothing for 2 full years. Only from Window Nation. Do it right now. Offer ends February 28th, so you're going to want to schedule that free in-home consultation right now. 866-90-NATION, 866-90-NATION, WindowNation.com. Window Nation, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Receive a pair of Penguin tickets with the purchase of a house of windows.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be cloudy with a cold, gusty wind the rest of today and some lingering flurries, mainly through early afternoon, the high 27. Partial clearing tonight, though 17. Tomorrow, times of sun and clouds with a high of 37. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar Stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show Monday, 5:30 until 10. Everything you missed over the weekend, we got you covered, including the AccuWeather forecast is looking better.
I did notice the mayor lost it yesterday on Local Reporter. He did. He got really angry at a reporter. I don't get that at all. We haven't heard from him. I asked him to do interviews, Gainey. I don't know. I find it fascinating about his fundraising. There's a couple schools of thought. So since the first of the year, he raised $23,000. Then he had a birthday party thing 2 nights ago. Estimates are he raised between $15,000 and $50,000. So he has about, in Money Often Talks, Gainey has about $300,000 campaign money, and Corey O'Connor has about $1 million. So it's unprecedented. It's unheard of. Now, Gainey's basically saying that Corey's being bought off. Okay. He said that he sold out to who? The nonprofits. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. The mayor's welcome. I send the mayor notes all the time. He knows what you get here. This notion that he's dodging me it's probably not true. He has 8,000 balls in the air. He went after a reporter from Channel 11 yesterday. He's getting sensitive. He doesn't believe that we fairly characterize Pittsburgh. Honestly. Now, whether it's a narcissistic view of the world that he surrounds himself with sycophants and they tell him, Mayor, you're kicking ass, and he says, yes, we are, and then he does his thing. Or he thinks we're full of crap and we lie. He thinks we focus on the negative. My man, if a young guy's running through the street downtown as he was this week and gets shot as he did, and there's bullets flying downtown as there were, we can't ignore that, actually. If 2 people were murdered in a car last night, which they were, with a baby in the damn back seat, which there was, we can't ignore that. If building values are plummeting at a record pace, and they are, buildings that were worth $200 million are now worth 60. What are we supposed to do, man? It's cool, Mayor. It's cool, man. I don't know. I can't do it, man. If you don't have money to pay cops and you're 200 cops short, what are you supposed to say? It's cool, man. I don't know. And I hope he doesn't think that we're making Corey the Messiah. No. But I'll tell you what Corey O'Connor is, from the people who are writing those checks to him. He's a break. Here's the bottom line. There is this notion that Corey is progressive, more liberal than they would like. However, they say Corey will work with the nonprofits and get UPMC and the other big 5 to write checks to the city. I agree. Gainey won't talk to UPMC. Gainey does childish, sophomoric stuff, doesn't go to the grand opening of the only skyscraper built downtown since COVID. Didn't go. Got to do that, man. That's the play, sir. Corey doesn't speak to the largest employer in the region. No, that's fact, brothers and sisters. Doesn't speak to them ever. That's not working, man. Gainey has decided that his way is the only way, and that's he will not negotiate with the biggest developers in this town. Okay. So guess what they're all doing? They're writing checks for Corey. Gainey takes COVID money and hires like 100 new people. Okay. Hires a ton of new people in public works who don't have trucks to drive because the trucks are broken down. So the list suggests there's no development downtown. Fact. The list suggests the most valuable real estate downtown isn't valuable anymore. Fact. The risks suggest we're hundreds of cops short. Fact. The list and facts suggest that they can't pay the cops who are here now. Fact. And they can't plow the streets. Fact. And they can't pave the streets. Fact. So, if the mayor's getting testy with reporters, all right. They all do. Come on, man. I was born tonight, but not last night. I was born on a Friday, but not this Friday. I've had more. This is the truth. I sat in Peduto's office with my boss screaming in my face, fire this MFer right now. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I had the same issues with, for folks who think I'm singling out Gainey, you're high. I had the same issues with Ravenstall. Here's what we do here. We call balls and strikes. And right now, Pittsburgh's in trouble. And if Corey's as good as it gets, so be it. And for all of you yinzers out there saying, hey, we ain't got no Republicans. No, we don't. We have two anonymous guys who won't get 2,000 votes between them. It's just the truth. They cannot win, with all due respect to anyone who's willing to run for office. I'm a boy Carlos. My man cuts down trees for a living. He wants to run. Kevin Acklin, the Penguins. He'd be a hell of a mayor. Can't do it. Not right now. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Marty. Talking about leadership, this is where it needs to come out in Gainey. I've met him before. He's a nice guy.
He is. He's very charming. He's actually very charming, kind of charismatic.
If it was you or me, I think what we would do is go down to the garage, meet with the manager, and say to him, okay, we need to have X amount of trucks out on the road.
Yep.
And the garage manager knows how many trucks they need.
He does.
Now, check with the vendor and have him meet you there. And look, if you can't get these trucks running, we'll get somebody else.
Boom.
You're not in your contract. And if you have to, bring in another group. And you got parts sitting there galore on trucks that are broken down. You take them off, put them on the ones that are running. It's a real simple idea, but for some reason he doesn't want to go down there and meet with the garage manager because he knows what the problems are. And if you can't get that outside vendor to satisfy the city's needs, then you need to get someone else.
So my man, what does this come down to? Leadership, doesn't it?
Yes.
That's right.
You and I can see that. Why can't he? Or in the city, if there are problems, when lunchtime comes, walk through the city.
Yeah.
Go to the bad areas
true.
And see what the problem is, and the people will tell you what needs to be done.
Right.
But they shouldn't even have to. You should be able to figure that out.
My man, he could step outside his office and smell it. Urine, fecal matter, and weed.
Yes.
I'm just keeping it real, man.
And it's hard to believe in the contracts for the drivers that they can be out there getting high, that they're allowed to do that.
Laborers. They're not. The Teamsters are cool. These are laborers, and I have no idea why they weren't fired. No, they're smoking weed in the truck.
Okay, well, then those guys are done.
Fire them on the spot. So see you in court, bro.
Right. And they used to have a supervisor, from what I understood, that goes around and checks on the guys. You know, they check on the streets that are getting plowed or having a problem getting done. What happened to that person? He hired X amount of people for inside the office. So maybe get them out there and let them ride around in the cars and check on these streets that people are calling in complaining.
You're absolutely amazing. The best call of the day. I love you. Is Rico still there on hold? All right, we're going to take him after the break. You got to hear this story when we come back about a guy killing it in Pittsburgh who brought a sandwich here that I got to talk about next.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
College sports hold a mythic place in American culture, but sometimes the drama off the court overshadows the action on it.
The higher-ups are concerned about one thing, and that is avoiding scandal.
I'm Margot Gray. On the new podcast, Campus Files, we cover everything, including some of the biggest scandals in college sports. Listen to and follow Campus Files, an Odyssey original podcast, available now on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Has your home or business been damaged by fire, water, or storm? Even when dealing with insurance, you have a choice who repairs and cleans up the mess. Call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's FYZICAL in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. FYZICAL, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, FYZICAL, it works.
Think trifectas are rare? Not at PJ Fitzpatrick. You can get American-made windows that are beautiful, affordable, and energy efficient. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Plus, they provide peace of mind with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor for your new windows. You can have it all. Visit trustpj.com today for a free design consultation. That's trustpj.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Alcoa is losing its chair. Stephen Williams, who has been non-executive chair of the board of directors of the Pittsburgh-based manufacturer since 2021, told Alcoa he wouldn't be standing for re-election at the 2025 annual meeting. While no reason was given, Alcoa said in a U.S. Securities and Exchange filing Friday that Williams' decision wasn't due to a disagreement with the company nor the board. The board will drop down to 11 members with Williams' departure. His replacement as chair has yet to be announced. Also, Kennametal, a Pittsburgh-based manufacturing company, plans to close its Greenfield, Massachusetts facility and lay off all 54 employees. The layoffs were made public today in a filing with the state of Massachusetts and affect all employees at the Greenfield plant. Kennametal is a supplier of tooling and industrial materials. The cuts are expected to go into effect April 15th when the facility officially shuts down, according to an 8K filing from the company. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Most people think child abuse is a bad parent problem.
Actually, the root causes may be different than you think.
Let us explain. Affordable housing for everyone?
That prevents child abuse. And access to health care in every community
prevents child abuse too. High quality, affordable child care.
Paid family leave.
School breakfast and lunch programs.
All of this prevents child abuse.
It's all about keeping families out of crisis in the first place.
At least 1 in 7 children in the United States have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
That's preventchildabuse.org. Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/the reason to get started.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I love this town. It's a family kind of thing. One of my boys sent me a note in a picture last night. It was of him, my wife, and John Burnett. And it kind of brought together a lot of feelings I had about this particular business. And Rico, who started it, and how he's kicking butt, and how much family means to this town and to him, and how life becomes full circle. Rico, good morning, brother. How are you?
Hey, Marty. How are you?
It's amazing how our story becomes full circle. I brought my family into Slice, your original joint. Man, I had babies. I mean at least 20 years, right? When did you open?
15 years this year, 2010.
Bam. And you were in there making the best pizza we'd ever had. And I mentioned it on the air a lot, like the next day. And I remember you calling, crying, like, man, thank you so much. You remember this?
Oh, yeah. It was yesterday. 15 years goes quick, but, those memories last.
And the thing about it is that it is a family type thing, because you sent me that picture of yourself and my wife and John Burnett, and it rips your heart out because he's such a good guy. And you were on that show a lot, and they loved you. It hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know how close, your family is, and just in general, like you said about Pittsburgh, I mean, we're all family oriented, and somewhere or another and connected.
So here's what happens. Rico owns Slice, and I love that joint. We've been talking about him for years. We've been going there forever. We go to the one actually in Carnegie all the time. And someone brings subs in here yesterday from some guy named Tim. And Rico, this is a true story. So they tell us there are subs from Tim's. And I go outside. It's the best sub I've had in 10 years. And it turns out it's actually your sub, right?
Correct.
And it's actually right next door to the original Slice, correct?
Yep. Right next door. Opened up. The hoagie part of it we did about a year ago, next month.
Why?
Originally, when we opened, it was a convenience store. We're in the city of, we're in Beachview, which is obviously part of the city. And, I felt that the neighborhood needed a corner store, and it was doing okay. We opened up during COVID, and then people kept asking for sandwiches and stuff like that. So we're like, all right, let's give that a try. So we make our own bread every day.
It's amazing.
Experimented with that for months, and then finally, perfected it. And I think we make a pretty good sandwich.
You really give a damn. That's like most of it isn't for you. It's like there's like this passion. Everything has to be really good, right?
Yeah, we got to be perfect. We're serving people. And Tim's, the name of it, obviously because my name's not Tim. It was named after my father, who ironically, so he's from Beachview. Both my parents are from Beachview. It used to be an Italian-Irish neighborhood back when they grew up.
Oh, yeah.
And ironically, that was the corner he hung out on, back when he was, terrorizing the neighborhood. So I thought it'd be nice to name it after him. Little full circle.
My man, as soon as I found out it was you, I started texting you. It's the best sub I've had in years in this town. Folks here were going nuts about it. There's something about you. You have so much pride in your work. It means so much to you to do the right thing, does it not, sir?
Yeah, when we opened that store, it wasn't about, making money. It was about, a need that the neighborhood had. So people, we became, part of the fabric of Beachview. And, we had an opportunity to bring something else. And then, I thought adding hoagies was the next step, and now get the word out there how great they are.
My man, they rock. And I love the fact that it's you. It's the best sub we've had here in 10 years. And as soon as I heard your name, I said, that is my man. And my wife absolutely loves you. And I remember bringing my little kids into your first joint. And my eyes opened up about your work ethic and your commitment to family in Pittsburgh. Right?
I remember we gave them little pizza candies that we had.
Yes.
And that's how we build a successful business. I mean, obviously, I think we have the best pizza in Pittsburgh, but I'm sure you'll get many phone calls and arguments about that. However, what builds a good business is the relationships you make with people and the experience that they have. And your kids will remember that. You remember that. And that's what we try to do every day.
My man, you're the best, buddy. Tim's, give us the address.
2130 Broadway Avenue.
I'm telling you, folks.
On the corner of, right on the corner of Shiras and Broadway. Big hoagie on the front door.
My man, Rico. It's absolutely wonderful. Thanks, brother.
I appreciate it, Marty.
He's a wonderful man.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You know what I love? The punchki.